impressive. Big shot! It is all over, just like that.
It's a beautiful thing to see this level of spirit.
Mark's getting knocked out. There's going to be no draw. There's going to be no decision. It's not going 5 rounds. I'm going to put a pace on you. I'm going to break you. Mentally, physically, emotionally, and there's nobody going to help you.
Altar boy, I got a message for you. I'm coming for you. I'm going to end your career in front of all of your family and friends in your hometown.
Diamonds and gold surround the Trigon tonight as we are in the Rock Hill Sports and Events Center. Mike Goldberg, along with my powerful partner, the 2-time world champion, the Magic Man, Paulie Malignaggi. Nothing like a main event for an inaugural lightweight title full of bad blood.
Not only full of bad blood. Here in Rock Hill, it's like has this feeling like we get some good fights here, don't we?
Yes.
So the bad blood, expectation, we're in the right place.
Yes, we are. And for the first time ever, Joshua Oxendine's mother will be in attendance. He does feel like he has the home court advantage.
Well, yeah, you know, he's a local guy, so to speak, and, you know, having the family backing him, having that local support, and, you know, some people might say it's a little bit of pressure, but it's also a lot of motivation, and especially if his mother's never been to a fight before, having her here, he's got her before him, because otherwise Mama might beat him when he gets home as well.
You got that right, and it's interesting you say that because Mark Irwin feels like he's always had the potential to be the biggest star, that this is where he belongs. This is his moment, and he expects himself to shine.
Irwin just oozes confidence.
Yeah.
Charisma, confidence, all the C's, I guess, you know. But he can fight. Don't let all the personality mask it for you. You know, this guy, when he gets in there in the Trigon, this guy can flat out fight, and he's got a clear mean streak. It's one of those fights that really interests me and really excites me because both of these guys go about their business in a different manner, mentally and psychologically, but both of these guys, we know they can fight, and they always show up ready.
Polar opposites are going to become identical when they meet in the center of the Trigon. There is a center in a Trigon, right?
Yeah, where they meet.
Yeah, where they meet, where they meet. All right, co-main event is for the Police Gazette Diamond Belt that Jozette Cotton earned in London last year. She will defend it for the very first time against the Red Queen, Jamie Driver. Jozette Cotton, she always says, Paulie, if the skill set is even, if the fight is even, it comes down to a simple thing. I am meaner.
Yeah, and she's mean, she's tough. She's very confident in her ability to go into the trenches if the fight necessitates it. In order to win the fight, she's willing to go to places that she's convinced that as her opponent is not willing to go, and she'll always take the opponent there if necessary. She took Miranda Barber there over in London when she won that title, and she's very confident she'll do that tonight.
And Jamie Driver, for the first time as a professional, fights for a belt. And talking to her the last few days, she's confident she can leave with it.
Yeah, you know, Driver seems to have the better physical tools as far as the speed is concerned, and, you know, she has a better recognition, in my opinion, of fighting at range and using that speed in that regard. But does she have the toughness if Jozette takes her to those trenches?
So gold and diamonds all around the Trigon tonight. Great to be back in Rock Hill, South Carolina, the Rock Hill Sports and Event Center. 9 great battles inside the Trigon are coming your way. This is BYB Extreme 17 as we get ready to rock and roll. Now, once again, we will remind you of our rules inside the Trigon. Our rules here at BYB: 4-ounce gloves, knuckles exposed, no 3 knockdown rule, 10-point must scoring system is in effect, punching in the clinch is allowed, and by the way, utilized a lot. The referee or doctor can't stop the fight. And what a night of fights we have for you. We started out in the super featherweight division. Our tail of the tape for our first fight of the night. Matt, Almy, and Kendell Ward both 34 years old. Reach is, well, as I've said many times, Paulie, everything is virtually identical. Almy and Ward to start things out in style. To bring our fighters in, let's get it to Big Mo.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to BYB 17 live from the Rock Hill Sports and Event Center. Rock Hill, I'm curious, can you hear me? No, Rock Hill, South Carolina for BYB Extreme 17. Can you hear me? Ladies and gentlemen, we begin with our opening bout inside the mighty Trigon. 5 3-minute rounds in BYB's Super Featherweight Division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. Please welcome to Trigon, Kendell Ward.
Kendell Ward, when we met him here in South Carolina in December of last year, he said simply, I'm a Jamaican boy in Jamaica who has kept my dream alive. Still has family back home. His grandmother lives in Jamaica, his father in Vegas, mom from Colorado, dual citizenship, and he's looking to do some damage to Matt Almy tonight.
Oh yeah, we've seen this guy. He's brings an exciting style, and you know, he's trying to come up the ladder here at BYB and get into more important fights. Well, tonight's a big chance for him.
Yep, he is a spirited young man. He said, and I quote, I want to set my family up for life. And Paulie, I know that we both love a good dinner. He is a chef as well. Degree in the culinary arts, so if it's a good night for him, we may have a great feast afterwards.
Oh yeah, it's a good talent to have.
Absolutely. I'm an inside fighter, a lifelong martial artist. Boxing, he said, is my bread and butter, as he looks for his first win inside the mighty Trigon here tonight as we get things started at 130 pounds. He is Kendell the Lion Ward.
And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, please welcome the Trigon, Matt Almy.
Matt Almy set to make his bare knuckle debut from upstate New York. In the past, he was at the Bomb Squad, which is where Aljamain Sterling, John Jones got started many years ago. Matt spent about 3 years at the lab in Glendale, Arizona, under the tutelage of John Crouch. So he worked with Benson Henderson, John Moraga, Sean O'Malley. But what I really loved on the pre-fight interviews with Matt Almy, when he was asked about Kendell Ward, he said, and I quote, Paulie, I hope he doesn't hit too hard.
That's honesty if I've ever heard.
That is honesty for sure. Very much influenced by Vinny Paz. Said everything that he overcame, as you know very well, Paulie. Yeah, you don't see that as one of the influences,
Vinny,
but
Vinny broke his neck, man.
Yeah.
Came back and won a world title.
That is exactly why Matt loves him. Matt Almy and Kendell Ward set to get things started. With our official introductions, Big Mo.
Ladies and gentlemen, this opening contest and all contests tonight are sanctioned by the South Carolina Athletic Commission. This opening bout is scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds in BYB Super Featherweight Division and will be under BYB Extreme's bare knuckle rules inside the mighty Trigon. This bout is brought to you by our friends at GC3. Let's meet the fighters. First, fighting out of the blue corner. He stands 5 feet, 5 inches tall. He weighed at 130.4 pounds. He comes to us with a professional bare knuckle record of 0 victories versus 1 defeat. Fighting out of Gretna, Virginia, by way of Colorado Springs, Colorado, introducing Kendell, the Lion. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. He stands 5 feet, 6 inches tall. He weighed in at 131 pounds. His bare knuckle debut. He fights out of
Wayne Spinola, our referee for this first fight of the night, super featherweight matchup. Ward and Almy. Here we go. Kendell, the Lion Ward, in the red, green, and gold trunks. Gray trunks for Matt Almy, making his bare knuckle debut.
See Almy trying to use that in and out movement. First experience in the Trigon, I guess he's trying to, you know, get his bearings in there and get a feel for the surface and whatnot, and just for the space he has. Good timing there with the uppercut, though. Good timing shot.
Almy said his fight style, Paulie, is sniper. He's okay with brawling, but he likes the chess match. So, much to your point, let's see if he looks to set some things up early. Big counter and the left hook landed by Kendell Ward.
Almy's been using a good jab, but one thing about being that kind of fighter, you gotta know when to be in and when to be out. You have to have that instinct. Good shots there again by Almy. He's having some success with the uppercut. But you gotta also have a good instinct of when it's time to get in and when it's time to get out. And a few seconds back, he had stayed in there too long and overstayed his welcome in the pocket. And Ward was able to hit with a couple of shots himself. But so far, a good start for Almy. Starting with that good jab, as I mentioned.
I like that overstayed his welcome. It's like, don't take a picture while you're in there. You're going to get countered.
Yeah, and also don't get greedy with the combination. You know, take what's there, and then if you stay too long trying to make the combination bigger, you will get a receiving back. It's not a punching bag. It's a live guy who's hitting you back.
You got that right. And with some blood under the right eye, may have been one of those Matt Almy jabs that you've talked about, Paul.
Yeah, well, even the uppercuts. I'll tell you what he's got. He's got Ward ducking down every time he uses that jab, and then Almy meets him with a good uppercut. See right there again, Ward was looking to duck. When he saw that jab, he took it on the head, but Almy stepped back.
Almy's last professional fight in MMA was September of 2021, so he's been away for a while, but man, he's come out and he looks sharp so far.
I'll tell you, man, good boxing on the part of Almy.
Thus maybe the self-assessment as a sniper, and he likes the chess match. And he's doing a lot of things. I've had the honor and pleasure of working with you enough, Magic Man. He's doing a lot of the things that you talk about all the time. Setting it up, use the jab, use the feints, have some movement. He's doing it all right now, isn't he?
Yeah, changing the angle, taking his time, and I'll see there's a feint right there. He's got, and also when you're effective with your punches, the feints are even worse. You gotta bite on the feints even more. And those uppercuts have done some real damage. When he's gotten inside, he's taking advantage with some good uppercuts.
Looks very relaxed in there. Final 10 seconds of round number 1. Fight scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds. So far, so good for Matt Almy.
Again, you see the feints. Just so feints. And Ward can't really time how he's going in and how he's coming out.
Deep breath. Where you think? Deep breath. All right. Where you think? Deep breath. Hold that right there, folks. Hold that right there. Right there with your finger.
He did some damage. And there you can see the cut.
Think about bare knuckle. Everything's a cut.
Yep. That left hand, if it was the jab or the uppercut, was effective.
And let's look at some of that action here. You see there, that was actually the return. That was actually the one good moment Ward had in the round, actually, because that was the overstay of the welcome, as I had called it, from Almy. But for the most part, it was Almy with a sharp jab over the course of the round. And some very, very good uppercuts. Nice of the truck about the one thing Ward did.
Right.
Instead of the 30 things that Almy did.
Yep.
Okay, gentlemen, come to stretch.
But I think it may have been that left that was countered by Kendell that cut him open. Round number 2. Matt Almy in the gray trunks. Kendell Ward fighting for the second time inside the Trigon, representing Jamaica in the red, gold, and green trunks.
Almy's getting more confident. He's starting to stay in front of him with his hands down, staying in that rhythm. This guy's been watching some boxers.
Yes.
He's got some MMA background, but his footwork is not really like a converted MMA guy that comes to boxing.
And if you ask Kendell Ward, he'll say he's an inside fighter, but there's nothing that's been inside so far in this battle.
He wants to make it inside. Yep. Ward is going to have to try to press that issue and get on the inside, but again, Almy's ability to change range has complicated it a little bit. We see Ward trying to bite down a little bit and get in there, but again, that jab of Almy keeps Ward honest.
He went body, he went uppercut, and continues with the dirty boxing.
Stop, break clean, back up.
Well, that's when the MMA does come into play. Right?
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. 9 professional MMA bouts for Matt Almy. Not a lot of MMA for Kendell Ward, but he had 10 professional boxing matches. And again, that jab is doing major damage.
It's interesting, man. Almy is the one doing the better boxing here. A sharp jab. He's had the better jab, and a lot of times the better jab in a tactical match, which this has been a tactical match in big spots, the guy with the better jab will have a big advantage. And Almy has had a much more superior jab.
And this is, as he described it, this is the chess match that he likes. He likes to use his speed, his movement, his durability.
Again, those feints, so those subtle feints as well.
Yep.
And they become more deadly. When you have a good jab, your feints are much more effective.
Big shot with the right in front of our broadcast position.
And you see how Almy also knows when to get out right in time. Again, not overstaying his welcome. He did it once, but for the most part in the fight, you see he gets in there, he has a good sense of when it's time to step back out.
Certainly, if you tuned in after we said this is his first ever bare knuckle fight, you wouldn't believe that this is Matt Almy's first ever bare knuckle battle, because he looks spectacular. Combination.
And one Ward, his body language is a little bit more reluctant now. He got stuck in the ropes there. Yeah, he wasn't as enthusiastic about coming back over the ropes, you know?
And that's been the only time that Kendall's been able to connect, is on that counter with a hook.
Here's a free workout. Stop.
20 seconds on the clock, round number 2.
Oh, sharp counter over the top of that jab. Wow. Another good timing shot. I hadn't seen that yet from Almy. Showing us another wrinkle in his boxing.
Absolutely.
Counter right hand over the top of a lazy jab from Ward.
And another good round for Matt Almy.
Good action to start the night. Well,
Absolutely, Paul. Green belt in Taekwondo, Muay Thai master, Kendell Ward, but unable to do any damage through 2 rounds against Matt Almy.
you look at the face of Matt Almy, it's like he's not even in a fight yet.
No question.
He's been very, very responsible defensively, tactically, and of course offensively as well, as you see the damage he's created all over Kendell Ward.
Started fighting in pro MMA in 2013. Doctor's going to check the cut under the eye of Kendell Ward, and he's good to go.
Yeah, Kendall's a warrior. He didn't even think twice about it, man.
Yeah. So how does Kendell change the storyline that we've seen so far, a dominant one from Matt Almy?
Well, they say you don't hook with a hook or you jab with a jab. He's got to be busy with the jab, and he's got to get into a little bit of a rhythm with his head movement. You see you can kind of mirror what Almy's doing. Almy's doing a good head movement. He's using his legs as well, changing range. But at least if you want to get inside, you know, there's a good little hook there on the part of Ward. Now he's turning southpaw, actually. But you've got to at least control that jab battle. And here's why Ward is losing the jab battle. Because even when he throws that jab, he's reaching out with it, and he's just kind of stretching out with it. He's not actually using a controlled jab, which is kind of weird because he's the one with the pro boxing experience. But his jab is sort of, he's sort of like stretching it out there, hoping that it lands. He's not really tactically using it as opposed to the way Almy uses the jab. He's touching, he's kind of feinting with it. He's using it upstairs and downstairs, changing rhythm with it, so you cannot time it. And as you're trying to figure out how to time the jab, he's now bringing right hands behind it in other combinations.
Trying to pin his opponent in the corner, right?
You see how Ward just reaches out with that jab. He actually ends up on his front foot when he does it. And you know, you don't want to end up on your front foot while you're jabbing. Because you end up front foot heavy, and that's how you get countered, which Almy ended up doing over the top of it last round.
Which was, I would say, the biggest punch landed by Matt Almy in round number 2. But we know that Kendell Ward, the Lion, has a ton of heart. And at the midway point of this fight, he needs to do something to slow down the bare-knuckle debut of Matt Almy. Looks so relaxed in there.
Again, you see the way the control for Almy. See, he uses that lead hand to control. He's not just flicking out a jab just to flick it. You see, he uses it to control. He uses it to touch. He uses it to feint. And he uses it to snap the jab as well. So, you know, a very educated lead hand on the part of Almy. This is why I'm saying it's very surprising that he's not the one with the boxing background. He's fighting a very, very disciplined boxing match here inside the Trigon.
Loves the culture of martial arts, the high level of combative chess. And so far, everything he told us in the fighter interviews is everything that he is putting on display here in his BYB debut.
Even his defensive repertoire, you know, it's easy to look at the attack, but even his defensive repertoire, he parries with his hands, he moves his head, he uses his legs, he blocks, he smothers. He actually uses the entire spectrum of defensive moves to defend himself as well. And that's why he's got a clean face here in a bare knuckle match, which is not easy to do.
He said that he hopes Kendell Ward doesn't hit too hard with respect to Kendell. Matt's done a good job of not getting hit at all.
Matt's done a good job of not having to find out.
You got that right. 10 seconds, round 3.
Less than 10 seconds, here we go.
Paul, did you catch Matt look at his right hand a little bit as he was getting on the stool?
Yeah. And that's the thing, man. When you land enough, I can tell you from my own experience, you land enough shots, your hands start to kill you in this sport.
Yeah. He's trying to counterpunch. That's all he's trying to do. He's waiting for you to punch so he can counterpunch. You see what I'm saying? I need those some feints in there. So I'm going to the body first, then the head. All right? Body first, then the head.
He's facing that one right under the eye, right under it. A little swelling on the left eye of Almy, but all things considered, considering this is a bare knuckle match where everything can cut you or swell you, looking relatively clean.
Oh, he's got some damage near the eye as well.
Yeah, what he's got I'll tell you, the biggest damage to Almy is probably his hands.
Yeah. Keep an eye out, see if he utilizes that right hand with the same aggressiveness that he has through the first 3 rounds. Round number 4. Matt Almy, gray trunks, Kendell Ward representing his home country of Jamaica, red, gold, and green trunks. There's some inside fighting. Ward trying to come in strong.
We finally found out.
Yep.
How hard Ward is.
I know. That's like the 4th time you've done that, right? Let's go. Ready? Fight!
I mean, you see the tactical part on Almy, and Ward's got to just jab there. Ward's got to jab there and not get on the front leg when he's jabbing. He's got to break that. He's got to break up that rhythmic stuff by using his own jab and using his own feints. But you can see how Ward is not really confident in his jab.
Yep. This is a slip.
Here we go. Ready?
The push, whatever you want to call it, it's not a knockdown.
No.
You hear the corner of Kendell Ward saying, you got to throw first.
You see, a lot of times Ward ends up getting mesmerized with the head movement and the move and just the movement in general of Almy, and he ends up watching him. And then as he's watching him, it's Almy, you know, getting all first with the jab and you know, jabbing downstairs and just, you know, controlling the tempo. You can't allow yourself, especially if you're behind in the fight, you can't allow yourself to be mesmerized by all the fancy stuff that Almy's capable of doing. You've got to get to work.
Here we go. Come on. Fight.
Almy tried that little short uppercut on the inside there. Yeah, he's not as active with the right hand.
Yeah.
And also to use it on the outside, it hurts more because he's getting more range on it, more leverage on it. So you see what he's doing. You see there, he just touched with it. Yeah, it's starting to bother him.
Almost with an open hand on the right side.
Yeah. So he's again, but he's being very deceptive and he's being very smart here. By his hand hurts. So what he's trying to do is just trying to control the real estate inside the triangle, and you know, try to look more dangerous than he's actually being, and by that way he's trying to hopefully control Ward mentally while still using that jab.
And that jab has definitively been the difference in this fight.
See again, that right hand, he threw it open palm.
Yep.
That's a good jab though.
Smile on the face of Matt Almy. Would love to finish this. 30 seconds on the clock in the fourth.
My time.
Open.
Neutral corner.
Open fingers.
Listen.
I think he gave him a warning. He opened fingers.
Okay, you understand?
Yeah, I think it's the open hand.
No more. Yeah. Stay right there. Stay right there. Hey, I told him. We can't do it anymore.
That was like 6 times.
All right, listen. All right, relax. Okay? I told him it's not going to happen again.
The funny thing is, I think Almy's using his open hand because his hand hurts. He doesn't
There's
want to
no
close
question.
it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it could be poking the eyes of Ward. That's why it's illegal, right? So.
Yep. I mean, you see it in MMA all the time. You reach out, those fingers land in a bad spot on your opponent. But it is the damage, maybe from the punches that have landed on the head of Kendell Ward that have just taken that right hand away from Matt Almy, who's looking to be aggressive here at the end of this round, Paulie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll tell you. Again, I'll tell you from prior experience, man. Your hands start to hurt. You actually, your output decreases, and you know you start to wonder. Yeah. Trying about different ways about controlling stuff.
Some warnings given out by Wayne Spinola. Elbow, open hand. Wayne keeping everything inside the rules, inside the Trigon. So watch for this one. There's the elbow. Now, Kendell Ward is a Muay Thai master. Some of that is reflex. That said, it's illegal.
Yeah. Let's see again. Some of that is reflex.
Yeah. Yep. Well, when you've done Muay Thai your entire life, some of it is, you know.
Of course. it's got to be instinctual.
Exactly. But he got caught and warned. Fifth and final round. Undoubtedly, Kendell Ward needs to stop here in the fifth to earn his first victory inside the Trigon. It has been all Matt Almy.
Well, Ward, I'll tell you, credit to Ward, he's going for it now. You know, not to say before, got to go for it. And there's also some good to see some respect between both of these guys. There's been some trash talk, ticky-tacky at times.
Here's the inside fighting that Kendell Ward would like to have more of.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be the ticket to some success here in the last round. Also, you know, with Almy's hands hurting, he may not be able to be as effective on the outside, so Ward may be able to force his way inside a little bit easier.
I think Almy, since we saw him wave his hand, wiggle it out, you know, shake it out, he's thrown maybe one punch, and that was over the top.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's been an open hand.
Yeah, a couple of slaps.
Yep. Fortunate for Matt Almy, he's still got a dangerous jab going.
Yeah, and see, he's just trying to touch. He's thinking about that uppercut. He's not throwing it with so much enthusiasm, and that it didn't get the respect of Ward, and Ward was able to get in there and fire back. And now he's looking at the clock. I see him looking at the big screen. His hand is definitely bothering him.
No question.
You never know if it's broken or not, but I tell you what, again, from prior experience, your hands don't have to be broken to be absolutely killing you in pain in this thing.
Hands are free,
You're
work.
landing enough
Hands are
shots.
free. Get out.
Ooh, big uppercut lands for Kendell Ward.
Yeah, and this is where he wants to be, right? This is what he said. He wants to be on the inside, and now I think he's getting what he wants, and a lot of that has to do with what I said earlier, that I think because of the pain in the hands of Almy, he's not able to be as effective on the outside, so he's limited to fighting on the inside.
That uppercut a moment ago from Kendell Ward snapped the head of Matt Almy. But Kendall's behind on the scorecards.
And I think Almy's just trying to run out the clock here.
I agree 100%. Final minute of our opening fight of the night.
Work out. You hit the free.
From Rock Hill, South Carolina.
Gotta be careful with those knuckle judges though when you try to run out the clock.
That is true.
I don't always understand it.
That's every judge, isn't it, Paulie?
True.
Well, we know Kendell Ward's a gamer. Took some damage early. Took some continued damage as the fight progressed.
And that's the thing with something Ward has to get back to working on in the gym. It's a lot of the setups to his attack. You know, he's enthusiastic about attacking, but he's not really deceptive about attacking. And so he's got to work on some of the deception.
Because that is really what was the key to success for Almy, right?
That's what will make you effective. That's the difference between being effective and not being effective. He's got the fighting spirit. I mean, he's never looked like he wanted to quit. He's been in there the whole time. Both guys have, fought their guts out, but he just wasn't able to be as effective because he's just not as deceptive.
Great debut by Matt Almy. Almy and Ward go the distance. What martial arts is all about. They both love the culture of martial arts. Mutual respect after a 5-round battle.
Some of that work inside.
In that right hand, a little bit of a slap.
Yeah, and you saw he just wasn't as enthusiastic. Here's some of that. Let's see the uppercut here from Ward. Ward was able to get inside, and there it is, a little bit of trying to create space with that uppercut.
And with that right hand, Paulie, it's also hard to get the clinch.
Yeah, of course. Right? It's hurting. Everything.
It's already hurting. But he came out strong. He came out composed. He came out disciplined, varied the attack, set it up with the jab, and should get his arm raised in victory here in Rock Hill, South Carolina.
When you get backstage, coach, that ice pack on the face. Let him lay down.
Judges rendering their decision. It is in, and here is Big Mo.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds inside the mighty Trigon, we go to the judges' scorecards for the official decision. All 3 judges see the contest 49-46, declaring your winner by unanimous decision, Matt Almy.
Unanimous decision victory for Matt Almy, 49-46 on all 3 judges' scorecard. Big Mo will visit with the victor.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm joined here by Matt Almy. First off, Matt, I always like to interview people that win their debut because I need to ask, what did you think? Bare knuckle in the Trigon, did you enjoy yourself?
It was pretty damn good. I'll tell you what, my hands are hurting right now. This is a surreal sport, if I tell you one thing.
We saw you, or at least I overheard the commentators, they have a better eye than I do for this stuff. They saw you look at your hands a couple times. Did you not expect maybe the pain that would come from your hands? You're used to wearing gloves. How'd you deal with it?
I knew 100% they were going to hurt, but Oh my God. I got a lot of respect for anybody who does this.
So, I mean, the obvious question is, do you want to come back? Do you want to do this again?
So, you know, I've been thinking about that a lot, and it's kind of emotional for me.
Take your time, man. We're here for you.
I want to be a good father first, so, but I had to do this to be the best father I could. So I think this might be it for me. I love my daughter, Elle. So I want to be there.
Matt, you're a great father. You're a warrior. You stepped in the Trigon, something that a lot of people don't do, won't do, are scared to do. Matt, you got a crowd supporting you here tonight. You're a great father. Your daughter's very lucky to have you. You're a warrior. Ladies and gentlemen, one more. Oh, we got something else?
Hey, I just want to thank my family, my friends, everybody watching. Happy Mother's Day to my grandmother, my mother. Just thanks to everybody who supported me. Longest Road, Kendell. What a fucking warrior this dude is.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for your winner, Matt Almy.
Very emotional, Matt Almy, and in the pre-fight research and bios, he said being a good father is #1. And Paulie, obviously, he came in and left it all into the Trigon to bring some happiness home to the family.
Yeah, some depth and emotion to this guy. You know, you probably want to peel back the layers to get really to know what's behind all that. But obviously, there are things that are more, he prioritizes more than fighting. Yeah. So if we don't see him again, man, I mean, I'll miss seeing him, because I'll tell you what, I saw him once, and I was actually going to say I'm looking forward to seeing him again, but if I don't see him again, hey, you know, again, priorities in life, and he certainly, the family is always a big one, and the main one.
Big Mo doing a great job of allowing Matt to share his emotions. Tonight, we are, for the second time in BYB history, in Rock Hill, South Carolina. Sunday, June 25th, the Trigon travels back to the UK for the first ever Police Gazette International Cup. Two men with extensive gloved boxing backgrounds fight for a Police Gazette diamond belt, as the Samurai Tommy Turner represents BYB in a marquee matchup against the BKB bantamweight and featherweight champ, the Welsh Wrecking Machine, 9-0, Barry Jones. Plus, it's a rematch of the main event back in March in Dubai, as Jerome Hatch and marvelous Marco Martignac fight once again, and once again, the cruiserweight Police Gazette diamond belt will be on the line. That is Sunday, June 25th, from the Indigo at the O2 in London, England. Team USA against Team UK. Cannot wait.
Oof. Absolutely, some good ones on that card.
And I'll tell you what, Barry Jones is something special, but so is the Samurai.
Yeah, and that rematch with Martignac and Hatch, I mean, there was multiple knockdowns, and
yes,
it didn't last long. They were both going down in that fight. They were dropping like flies.
That was a serious fight.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one again.
All right, we move on with cruiserweights, as we talked about a moment ago. Jerome Hatch and marvelous Marco Martignac are tail of the tape for this cruiserweight fight. Mattia Fonda, 31 years old. He weighed in at 203. He is just 5'7". Look at the difference, not so much in age, but in the reach. 9-inch reach advantage for Zion Tomlinson. Much taller, weight is about the same. Fonda told us, plain and simple, Paulie, he wants to test himself and test his skills against the bigger guys.
He doesn't like to make weight.
That's exactly right.
It's like, you know, and you know what? Even all that reach stuff, he's not really a guy who fights at reach anyway. He's going to be looking to get inside and bang with you. So he likes his chances against the bigger guys where he can, you know, be comfortable and not have to struggle making weight and all that stuff. So, you know, as Italians, we like to eat. So
I thought of you immediately.
I don't blame him, but, you know, these bigger guys do hit hard.
Yeah.
You know,
you can't have Sunday dinner 7 days a week.
Yeah.
All right, don't forget to check us out on all your social media favorite outlets, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram under BYB Extreme Fighting Series. Our staff doing a great job of letting you know our fighters, and you will know more of them throughout the night. All right, time for this cruiserweight matchup. Once again, Big Mo.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout is scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds in the cruiserweight division. Introducing first, Fighting out of the blue corner, please welcome to the Trigon, Zion Tomlinson.
The Z-Man, Zion Tomlinson Sr. 2 first-round knockouts to open his bare-knuckle career. He fought Jomi Escoboza, did not come away with the win, but is the only man to knock down Jomi Escoboza. He said, I just like letting my right hand go. I like smaller guys, so I load up 4 and I bust him up. That is his recipe for success coming into tonight against the Reaper, Mattia Fonda. Tomlinson played football, defensive end and running back until middle school. Then it's been all about combat.
Escoboza, not an easy opponent. He scored a knockdown against Escoboza. I mean, yeah, he's legit.
Zion Tomlinson Sr.
And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, here is Mattia Fonda.
The great thing about that man is he's got a great sense of humor. He's laid back, born in Venice, Italy, fighting out of Milwaukee. Spent a lot of time training for this fight in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Big Ben Rothwell from Kenosha, Wisconsin. Last 2 fights, he weighed 167 against Robert Cerna, 170 against Alan Arzeno.
Tonight?
203.5.
He's a happy camper. He's been able to eat and train normal.
He said he learned a lot from the Robert Cerna fight, and they actually talk every other weekend. Yeah, that fight against Cerna was the first time Mattia said, Paulie, to us that he faced a real boxer. So he's going to try to bring that experience into this second matchup here inside the Trigon from the Rock Hill Sports and Events Center. With the official introductions, Big Bo.
Ladies and gentlemen, this cruiserweight matchup inside the mighty Trigon will be contested under BYB Extreme rule set and is scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds. Our referee in charge when the bell rings, Mr. Bill Clancy. Let's meet the fighters. First, fighting out of the blue corner. He stands 6 feet, 1 inch tall. He weighed in at 203.9 pounds. He comes to us with a bare knuckle record of 2 victories versus 3 defeats. And he fights out of Roanoke, Virginia, introducing Zion Z-Man Tomlinson. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. He stands 5 feet, 7 inches tall. He weighed in at 203.5 pounds. He comes to us with a bare knuckle record of 1 victory versus 1 defeat. And he fights out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, by way of Venice, Italy, introducing the Italian Knuckles, Mattia Fonda.
Okay, Fonda looks like a video game character now.
He does, doesn't he? Yeah. He said he does feel more energy, more strength. He had lacked cardio in the past. He says he has changed that. He's going to give up reach. He's going to give up height. But we know he's going to be aggressive. Here we go. Zion Tomlinson in the black trunks. Mattia Fonda, black, white, and gold trunks. 1-1 so far in his BYB career.
Fonda fainted so hard that he made Tomlinson switch stances. Now he got on the inside, and that's where he wants to be.
Over the top with the right hand. Good landing by Fonda.
Return there by Tomlinson as well. Good hook there by Fonda.
They're going at it early.
one thing I'm curious about Fonda, he says he's going to be in better shape because, you know, he's not struggling to make the weight, but also when you're carrying around extra weight, it's interesting as well. That could also fatigue. So as the fight wears on, I'm curious to see how that's going to play out. So some swelling on the left side of the eye of Fonda. Might have got hit with a little bit of a hook.
Watch your fingers, watch your fingers.
Tomlinson in the southpaw stance now, Paulie. He did tell us that he is a switch stance fighter. And Fonda's looking for the blitz.
Yeah, he's trying to feint his way in and then rush. He's trying to keep Tomlinson off balance a little bit using that tactic.
Got to counter that reach somehow.
Yeah. I like that he was using the feints early on. Now he's maybe he's trying a different tactic here. One thing about the feints, though, they do require energy. So if you start getting tired, that's one of the things you end up eliminating. But now Fonda gets close.
Fonda swing and a miss. Man, I felt that left miss, Ray. I felt the win from that one.
Yeah. See Tomlinson a bit more tactile, trying to use that reach.
Don't keep it out there.
Establish, but he's going to have to work from this range. He's trying to establish the reach, but he's going to have to work to control Fonda from this range. Because if he just does these tippy taps here and there, it may control to a certain degree, but it's not going to get Fonda's respect. You want to start to get Fonda's respect by maintaining this distance. And of course, Fonda wants to attack and prevent Tomlinson from getting too comfortable at range. Fonda's got to be careful there as he stood straight up defending, and he got hit with a couple of clean shots.
Tomlinson, 23 years old, father of 3, 4-year-old, 3-year-old, and a 1-year-old. So busy man at home. Switching that stance again. 40 seconds on the clock, round number 1. Fight scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds. BYB debut for Tomlinson. 3rd fight in the Trigon for Mattia Fonda. Tomlinson coming on strong, and down goes Fonda. Tomlinson all kinds of fired up. Tap with respect.
You gotta be careful there.
Yeah.
You gotta protect yourself at all times. You shouldn't really. I was never really a fan of that, in the middle of the round, you know. And especially when you just had some heated, intense exchanges there. You know, I don't think anybody's looking to touch. Well, I wouldn't say touch gloves. Those touch hands.
Touch knuckles, touch hands, touch wraps. I think he also knew that there were just a few seconds left in the round, but Tomlinson came aggressively.
Tomlinson a bit more tactical. Fonda has to, let's see some of that replay here. Fonda's just trying to rush in. A lot of times, even when he did get in there, he ended up smothering himself. And of course, Tomlinson uses that time bomb as well and smothered him. Here's the right hand. There he got some range on the shots. So when Tomlinson wasn't smothering himself, he was able to, when he was able to create range, he was able to get some leverage behind the shots, and that eventually created the knockdown up against those ropes. Fonda has to be a little bit more deceptive, though. He's either not throwing or he's throwing hard. So he's got to try to use some throwaway punches. See, again, he's just trying to fly in. Got to use some throwaway punches to set those up.
Tomlinson over the top. Has Fonda caught in the corner. And Fonda goes down. Mattia Fonda wanted to fight the big guys. And he'll continue to battle here in round number 2.
Tomlinson being smart now, using those straight punches to start that combination, establishing leverage, establishing range.
It is all over. Zion Tomlinson, victorious in his BYB debut. Right into it.
And that's the thing, when you're not deceptive enough, this is gonna happen. You know, you have to work on being deceptive when you close that gap. You can't force your way in. Even if you want to force your way in, you got to use different level changes, different feints. Fonda actually started out the fight feinting.
Yes.
And it worked too. But then he went away from it.
45 seconds.
Trying to counter being against the bigger, taller, and longer opponent. it's almost like Mattia Fonda went back to his wrestling days. He was looking, he rushed in like he was looking to shoot a double.
Yeah, exactly. He rushed in, but then a lot of times he's smothering himself. And also, Tomlinson obviously has some MMA background himself, because he was able to also lock up Fonda and prevent him from working on the inside.
This is the first time he went down in this round.
See, there's Tomlinson, you got to smother well. And that's the thing, Fonda, when he was close, didn't really know how to create space himself either. And then when Tomlinson did create the space, he was the one able to get the leverage on the shot. See, Tomlinson also was well aware of his ability to smother Fonda when Fonda got close. And Fonda coming close. Oh, shot right down the middle.
Left hand, look at the shin of Fonda, and fight is over.
Straight punches, you know. Tomlinson used that height, used that leverage, and when he was able to create just enough space to get weight on those straight punches worked very well for him.
Impressive debut to make it official. Here's Big Mo.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Bill Clancy calls a stop to this contest at 45 seconds of round number 2, declaring your winner by knockout, Zion Z-Man Tomlinson.
Technique, straight punch, big left hand. Scott Burke puts
Ladies and
that medal
gentlemen,
around, and here's Big Mo.
Zion, welcome to BYB. You have bare knuckle experience, but this is your first time in the Trigon. What'd you think? Not a whole lot of room in this thing, huh?
Yeah, it's nowhere to run. When I touch you, they can't run nowhere in the Trigon.
Now you have the length advantage. You had the reach advantage. I saw you keeping that jab out there. Did you know that you were going to be able to kind of utilize that range, that he was going to try to come in and rush you a little bit?
Yeah, there's levels to this bare knuckle. I'm one of the highest level bare knuckle fighters in the planet, and I knew my skill set was nowhere compared to his.
So, self-proclaimed one of the best bare knuckle fighters on the planet. I'm not going to disagree with you. I don't want nothing, you know what I'm saying? So, are you going to come back in the Trigon? Do you maybe want to compete for a BYB belt?
It's whatever Mike and Mel want to do, and anybody else. The money talks, and I'm here for all the smoke.
And anyone you want to thank tonight, friends, family, any of your new fans, maybe here in Rock Hill?
I want to thank Mel and Mike for this opportunity. I want to thank my dad and Brian for cornering me, and my kids, Zelina, Zion Jr., and Zylan Rose. I love y'all. Daddy's back.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for your winner, Zion Z-Man Tomlinson.
He is a full-time fight coach and obviously a very talented professional fighter. His debut inside the Trigon, and he did showcase an ultra-impressive skill set.
Oh, he sure did, and not easy. You know, Fonda was rushing in. Fonda was making it a little bit uncomfortable, but Tomlinson eventually, you know, he found a way to exercise that range and that leverage on those shots. Because at close range, he was actually smothering Fonda, and Fonda was only going to be able to work at close range. So he nullified Fonda at close range and was able to make himself effective at long range. So
Congratulations to Zion Tomlinson's second round knockout victory at 45 seconds against Mattia Fonda. Up next, a very patient Argentinian has the opportunity to finally get back into the Trigon. Our tail of the tape for this featherweight fight, the veteran Pablo Caballero. He was ready to go a couple of months ago. His opponent fell out. He was not able to fight. So this is his first time fighting in the Trigon since September 11th of 2021. His opponent making his debut is Harold Lightning McQueen, a quarterfinalist in the 2016 U.S. National Boxing Championships. This could be a very fun fight. Big Mo.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the featherweight division, introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, here is Harold McQueen.
Born in Wichita, Kansas. Lives in Oakland, California. Tonight he fights out of West Palm Beach, Florida. His older brother is the one who got him in to combat. He wanted to be a fighter at around 5 years old. He fought a lot on the streets in school. And he said he fought all of his closest friends, Paulie, at least once.
Yeah, sometimes that's what happens when you're kids. You know, you end up getting into fist fights and then you respect each other. Yep. And you end up becoming cool.
But watching his older brother train got him going. Yeah, you gotta figure things out.
And sometimes, even when you're friends, you end up fighting your friends.
No question.
You get to argue before you know it, if it breaks out.
And if you're friends, there's usually a rematch. Yeah. There's a mandatory, right? Harold McQueen. 8-1 in his amateur boxing career, set to make his bare knuckle debut.
And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, here is Pablo Caballero.
When I saw him the other day, he had his same football jersey on as he did when we saw him a couple months ago.
I'll be wearing that for 4 years.
Hey,
World Cups every 4 years, they won it.
I'll tell you what, proud native of Argentina, fighting out of South Florida, 3-0 inside the Trigon. And I've said it before, and Paulie, it was the first fight that you worked with BYB as a broadcaster. I was a guest. But Pablo Caballero was the first fighter that I saw in the Trigon utilizing really good boxing skills, turning the corner, setting things up, head movement, feints.
Yeah,
this guy's got the skill set.
I think the word I like to use for this guy, he's very savvy. He's very savvy, but he's also very tough. So he's not, he knows how to make your life tough as far as his savvy between generalship and understanding how to make you miserable in there. He's aggressive as well, but at the same time, he's also got, he's tough, he's got character. You're not going to get rid of him early. You're not going to be able to, it's not going to be an easy night when you fight Pablo Caballero.
And he's got his soccer jersey on again tonight.
Not surprised.
Not at all. Tremendous pride. Last time in the Trigon, as I mentioned, 1 year, 8 months, 3 days ago, was scheduled to fight back in August. His opponent pulled out. And Jeremiah Rodriguez gives Pablo Caballero ready.
This trainer just slapped the hell out of him. Like, this just to warm him up.
It just reminds me of the Guida brothers back in the day. Clay often took more of a beating before he entered the octagon from his big brother than he did in the fight. Featherweight bout, scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds. Official introductions from the one, the only Big Mo.
Ladies and gentlemen, this featherweight bare knuckle contest is scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds and is brought to you by our friends at the Fight Doctors. Our referee in charge when the bell rings, Sean Woods. Let's meet the fighters. First, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the black trunks with silver trim. He stands 5 feet, 8 inches tall. He weighed in at 125.3 pounds. He is making his bare knuckle debut, and he fights out of West Palm Beach, Florida, introducing Harold Lightning McQueen. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the black trunks with bronze trim. He stands 5 feet, 6 inches tall. He weighed in at 125.9 pounds. He comes to us with a perfect, undefeated, bare knuckle record of 3 victories versus no defeats. And he fights out of Cape Coral, Florida, by way of Rafaela, Santa Fe, Argentina. Damas y caballeros, presentando Pablo El Killer Caballero.
Unbeaten, Pablo Caballero. The wait is finally over as he gets set to welcome Harold McQueen to the Trigon.
And not an easy debut against Caballero in the Trigon.
Not at all. Here we go. Black and bronze trunks for Caballero. Lightning, Harold McQueen. in the black and silver and loading up early.
You can see McQueen talking trash. You can see that boxing background there. He's got to be careful though. One mistake I made when I fought in bare knuckle, you used to putting weight behind all your shots in boxing, and that can break your hand. You got to be careful the way you throw punches in bare knuckle.
And we saw that from an emotional, after the fight, an emotional Matt Almy. Very dominant, but yet did some damage to his own hands, landing those strong punches. This one, on paper, could be a lot of fun because they both have a ton of skills.
Yeah, and the thing about Caballero is he's durable. So from McQueen, if he keeps punching this way throughout the fight, especially if he's landing, it could cause some pain in his hands, I'm telling you.
Yes. Since his last time in the Trigon, Pablo has had a couple of MMA bouts, so he has tried to stay busy, and as I said, unfortunately, his opponent was unable to fight back in August. So he's fired up to try to move to 4-0 in his BYB career. McQueen times that right hand well.
Yeah, you could see he gives different looks. He gives that boxer's look. He knows how to, he drops those feints. And again, speed shots. You can see the background is clearly boxing, and it's clear in his body language inside the Trigon.
Andre Ward, one of his idols. McQueen from the Oakland area. Pablo Caballero, Mike Tyson, and Jose Aldo, one of the most decorated champions in UFC history. Round number 1, this one's scheduled for 5.
Queen doing a good job of holding that range. And at close range, he ends up smothering Caballero. But again, we've seen Caballero before. He's durable and he's tough, so that's where I'd say McQueen has to be careful with those hands. The way he's throwing these shots. He's putting a lot of emphasis on the shots. And then Caballero is cut.
To check it.
We got to see that on replay because the ref blocked my entire view of that shot. I wasn't even sure if it was.
That's what I was thinking too. Was it a push? Was it?
Yeah. The way he got up, the legs are really weak. That was not only a knockdown, but that was a tough knockdown. I don't know if his legs are back behind him. Like I said, Caballero is tough. He's durable. He's tough. And those Argentines, they're typically rugged fighters. And now Caballero doing some dirty tactics on hitting on the break. You're gonna be the translator.
Yeah, Jeremiah Rodriguez is like, he doesn't speak English.
Okay, but we can't make the warning for a half hour either. I understand we need a warning, but the referee also can't do this either. Because, there's a fight, you're letting guys get cold, guys are getting cheap rests. This is not about the referee. I totally agree with the warning, but it can't be for a half hour. That you can't do.
And there's just a few seconds left in the round. So they'll get another minute.
Because that actually allowed McQueen to recover.
No question. Crowd likes it. Both fighters very explosive. And we saw that.
I want to see if we get a look at that.
I want to see it too. Without the ref in the way.
Let's see here. We saw some athletic moves being used by McQueen. And on the inside, he pretty much did a good job of smothering Caballero. But right there, big shot behind the ear. Those shots are really rough because behind the ear, you have your equilibrium. I felt those several times in my boxing career, and they do not tickle. They wreck your equilibrium, they also hurt. Yeah. They go on your chin sometimes when you rock, doesn't hurt, you just go numb. But behind your ear, it wrecks your equilibrium, and it actually hurts, So a big shot behind the ear by Caballero. Well-timed shot because up until that point, McQueen had done a very good job of smothering Caballero on the inside.
I was thinking the same thing, Paulie. If that round was headed in the direction of Harold McQueen's scorecard, Pablo with that overhand right may have changed the mind of the judges in round 1.
Oh, I mean, with a knockdown, it's got to. I mean, now just a question of do you make it 10-8 or 10-9 because McQueen had such a good round. It might just be a 10-9 round for Caballero instead of a 10-8.
Round number 2, Pablo Caballero black and bronze trunks, Harold Lightning McQueen. You can see the athleticism and the explosiveness and the skill set of McQueen. Black and silver.
It's too much, dude. It's too much.
It's going to take a point.
It's too much. It's too much, dude. Can't do it. I mean, you know, I get it, but I could already see he was going this way when he took a half hour to warm for the first infraction. You know, now he's going to bring the referee, the coach in again for the end. I mean, dude, this is what I'm saying, bro.
You ready?
Jeremiah Rodriguez, longtime coach of Pablo Caballero, also coaches Carlos Guerra and many others.
Yeah, because if you eliminate the physical part of Caballero's attack, you know, you're just going to make it a tactical thing. And tactically, McQueen has a big advantage. You already saw that early in the first round. You know? So now Caballero has to be careful of any of the rough stuff that he wants to do, because this referee is, you know, a bit too enthusiastic, and it's going to leave Caballero at the mercy of McQueen. Of course, that's granted, thinking McQueen's hands hold up, of course. I see that now. Now he's going to... This is what I'm saying. You can't give every warning for a half hour, dude. This is not about you as if you're the referee. This is like, you just break them and you warn them and you let them keep going. Like, yes. This is how every referee in the business in all combat sports works. And you don't take a few extra seconds until you're actually taking points, or maybe one stern warning. Every warning doesn't have to be a stern warning. Oh, big uppercut.
Huge shot landed by Harold.
He doesn't realize the rope is in his way. Wow, what a shot. What a shot.
It is all over. Harold McQueen by knockout.
Let me tell you, man, this is a big statement, because Goldie, we've seen Caballero. He's durable, he's rugged. This is a big statement win on the part of McQueen. Because Caballero, we've seen him several different times. Not only is he rough, he's a rough out for anybody, but he's also it's a tough night. He's just a miserable fight to fight. But instead, McQueen gets him out of there. One-punch knockout. That's going to be a tough one to beat for knockout of the night, I'll tell you. And the funny thing is, both knockdowns in this fight were very hard knockdowns. You know, this big uppercut here, as McQueen stands over the top of him. Caballero ducked right into the uppercut. Well-timed shot. I think, you know what I think? I think it looks like the uppercut of McQueen is actually on its way, and Caballero ends up ducking into it. I think the uppercut was already on the way, you know, and instead Caballero ducks into it. And impressively, McQueen also, you know, got up from his own knockdown. He fell flat on his face too in the first round. So good fight. A good fight by both of these guys, and good sharp punches, good hard punches landed by both guys. And of course, good boxing by McQueen. The boxing in the end was superior. And we didn't have to wait and see if he was loading up too much on his hands.
Exactly.
The end of the fight.
Yep, exactly. You can see that amateur boxing pedigree on display here from Harold McQueen, quarterfinalist back in 2016 at the U.S. National Boxing Championships. To make this one official, once again, we get it to Big Mo.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Sean Woods calls a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 39 seconds of round number 2, declaring your winner by knockout, Harold Lightning McQueen.
Great debut for Harold Lightning McQueen.
That shot was lightning, I'll tell you that.
That was indeed.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm now joined by the undefeated Harold McQueen. Harold, you go by Lightning, very fitting nickname. Fast hands, how'd you feel tonight in the Trigon?
I felt good, man, real good.
It was a little emotional, got a little hot for a second, but that's what fights are like. Did you expect the emotions to get that high? Did you kind of just get caught up in the situation a little bit?
I kept doing weird shit, hitting me behind the head and shit, so it kind of bothered me, but I'm good.
Now, you're used to a four-sided ring. Obviously, we've eliminated one. Did you enjoy the tight quarters tonight?
Oh, I love it. I love it.
enough to come back?
Oh, hell yeah, I'm here. Whenever y'all want me, I'm here.
We love the sound of that. Anyone you want to thank tonight, Harold?
I want to thank my coach, Isaac, Shane, my manager, my brother, Bilal, for getting me ready for this. I've been training real hard for a lot of years. And obviously BYB Promotions for giving me the opportunity to show what I can do.
Congratulations, Harold. We look forward to seeing more of you. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for your winner, Harold McQueen.
He mentioned his older brother, Bilal, and that is what really turned the tide for him as a youngster when he saw his older brother training so hard, Paulie, that he said, you know what, I want to make this my occupation.
That's it. That's when you're the older brother, a lot of times you lead by example for your younger siblings, and it's good to see that the older brother led by example for Harold to follow in those footsteps. And you know what? We got a debut that we're going to have returning.
Yes.
Because as I saw McQueen, I said, I want to see this guy again as well. And at least he says he'll be back whenever we want him. So looking forward to seeing him again.
Absolutely impressive early knockout of the night candidate. Up next, Maurice Morris, the first debut inside the Trigon, trains at Ox Fitness with Josh Oxendine, who will fight in our main event of the evening later tonight for the inaugural BYB Lightweight Championship. And his opponent is Harrison Aiken, the headhunter, looking to move to 2-0 inside the Trigon. He looked spectacular in the win that he had early on in his career. And then there was the DQ where Carlos Lopez hit him when he was a downed opponent. Harrison Aiken, Maurice Morris, Big Mo.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next contest is scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds in the Cruiserweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. Please welcome to the Trigon, Harrison Aiken.
Got to look at the numbers, tail of the tape, just 2 years different in age. Morris is a bit taller, Aiken the headhunter. First bare knuckle fight since BYB 7, back on September 11th of 2021. Carlos Lopez threw a punch when Harrison Aiken was on a knee. Lopez was finishing his combination, but still officially it went down as a DQ and it went down as a win for Harrison Aiken. There was a lot of mutual respect shown after that happened. The biggest thing for Harrison Aiken, and he was very emotional during our fighter interviews, is he has been sober for over 100 days. He said he had been an alcoholic for over a decade. Wow. His father, Jay, 12 years of sobriety, Paulie.
Good to see that.
He said, he changed my life. I would like another opportunity. That's what he said to Mel Valenzuela. And here he is. He once fought in Baltimore at 263 pounds. He lost 80 pounds. He's a new man, engaged with 2 daughters, and ready to utilize this platform, not only for fighting it himself, but for those who struggle with addiction as well. Well done, Harrison Aiken.
Fighting out of the red corner, here is Maurice Morris.
One of the hometown fighters here from King Street, South Carolina, fighting out of Charlotte. You saw the warm-up shots of him in the graphic, if you will. He came into the fighter interviews with African war paint. He is from Nigeria. Number 2 professional heavyweight in South Carolina. A number of years ago, served in the Marine Corps for 4 years, stationed in Okinawa. Walks around at about 235 pounds and set to make his bare knuckle debut. He said, and I quote, "All I've done my entire life is fight. From wrestling to the Marine Corps to some time behind bars. He said, I've always had that dog in me to be the baddest man wherever I am at. Now he is inside the smallest surface in combat sports. Aiken and Maurice, official introductions from Big Mo.
Ladies and gentlemen, this cruiserweight matchup is scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds. Our referee in charge when the bell rings, Wayne Spinola. And this contest is brought to you by Buy, Sell Clothing. Let's meet the fighters. First, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the red and white trim shorts. He stands 5 feet, 10 inches tall. He weighed in at 188.4 pounds. He comes to us with a bare knuckle record of 1 victory versus 1 defeat. And he fights out of Atlanta, Georgia, introducing Harrison, the Headhunter, Aiken. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the black trunks with gold trim, he stands 6 feet tall. He weighed in at 191 pounds. He is making his bare knuckle debut, and he fights out of Charlotte, North Carolina, introducing Maurice the First.
Maurice and Aiken scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds.
Fight.
Here we go. Maurice Morris in the black and gold trunks, the southpaw. Harrison Aiken.
Takedowns.
Yep, with the takedowns early. He's got kind of the camouflage with the white and red going. Morris, a big, powerful fighter.
Both these guys very aggressive.
Waved off immediately by Wayne Spinola.
Both guys
Push,
a little bit,
not a knockdown.
Both guys a little bit tight too, and so that's why they're kind of telegraphing their shot. Big shot there by Aiken. Big shot landed by Aiken. Kind of telegraphing their shots. They're also a little bit stiff. You can kind of see everything coming.
Break clean back up.
That's why not a lot's landed. The guys keep falling because they bounce all over the place.
It's a good takedown though.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Southpaw against orthodox fighter.
Yeah, talk about throwaway punches. There's no throwaway punches here, Goldie.
No.
They're trying to land every single one.
Maurice Morris told us he wants to stay in his normal zone, keep it simple. He feels he's the better striker, but right now this is just an all-out slugfest.
Yeah, and they're going to get tired because both guys were so stiff and then throwing everything so hard that there's going to be fatigue coming into this. Big shot landed by Morris.
Come over here. Give me your hand.
Morris was ready to
You okay?
celebrate.
You wanna keep going?
It is all over. Maurice Morris stops Harrison Aiken.
Punch knockout.
Yep. But that's kind of what you alluded to, the way they were throwing.
Yeah. It was either they were going to get exhausted or somebody was going to go.
Absolutely.
Throwing everything so hard.
Everything thrown with ill intention.
And credit to Morris, he took a couple of those too. You know,
Absolutely.
he had to take a couple of those before he got his in there.
It's a good straight left that landed for Aiken.
Yeah, I'm curious to see that knockout blow.
And Paul, you mentioned the pace that these guys are on, and you can see that Harrison, while finished, yes, is breathing really hard as well.
Yeah.
He kind of half threw a punch a little bit before the finish.
They were starting to just slow down, and then Morris landed that shot. It would have started to get real sloppy if this would have continued because there's no way you're going to keep your energy when you're both of these that stiff throwing punches that hard constantly. Let's see the replays here from the round. This was the takedown. Sort of a judo move there, no, Goldie?
Yes, indeed. Ronda Rousey would be proud.
Let's see this one. Just a push down. Aiken goes down there.
That's where I had mentioned he overextended, didn't have a lot of gas.
See, that was, I mean, I don't know, man. Maybe he just didn't want to fight anymore.
Exhaustion is a very bad enemy inside a combat sport.
I used to have a T-shirt when I started boxing that said, fatigue will make cowards of men.
Yes.
They were gonna go. They were on their way to being very fatigued the way they were fighting.
Absolutely. Maurice Morris fighting in his backyard, fighting out of Charlotte, North Carolina, wins his bare knuckle debut. Still, once again, a lot of love, prayers, and support to Harrison Aiken on his journey, turning his life around, setting the example that for those who have demons and addiction, there is help, there is support out there. Aiken defeated for the first time inside the Trigon, finished by Maurice Morris. Harrison's up. Maurice Morris. Maurice Morris actually fought Cub Hawkins in MMA back in September of last year. Victorious inside the Trigon tonight. So he first gets his first win, and here's Big Mo.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Wayne Spinola calls a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 40 seconds of round number 1, declaring your winner by knockout, Maurice the First Morris.
Just fought MMA 29 days ago, won by first round TKO. Tonight, first round knockout. He'll visit with Big Mo.
Maurice Morris goes by the first. You got your first bare knuckle win. You're in the first round. How do you feel?
Man, I feel like I'm the greatest, man. I told everybody I'm the greatest. Combat sports, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, MMA, kickboxing, bare knuckle, anybody get in any sport, I'm there. I'm the first. I do it all.
Do the Maurice Morris fans here tonight agree with him? You have some fans here tonight. Maurice, anything you want to say to them?
Thanks everybody for coming out. Thanks for supporting me, kickboxing, MMA, bare knuckle, keep riding with me. We're going too tough.
Can we expect you to get back in the Trigon again?
And if the money right, we'll come.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for your winner, Maurice the First Morris.
With skills displayed like that, it may be the first of many victories for Maurice Morris, 31 years old, born in South Carolina. We're in his backyard tonight, inside the Rock Hill Sports and Event Center in Rock Hill, South Carolina. Maurice Morris by knockout. Up next, a man we have seen inside the Trigon before, fighting out of Greensboro, North Carolina, about 2 hours up the road. Tylor Sigmon will welcome Kylle McMillan to bare knuckle. There you see Tylor Sigmon won his first fight right here in South Carolina back in December when we were here. The first time he finished Cody Jenkins. Jenkins' corner threw in the towel. He likes the clinch, he likes the dirty boxing. He'd like to move to 2-0 with a victory here tonight against the newcomer, Kylle McMillan. There is Kylle McMillan, 32 years old, born in Trinidad and Tobago, and now fighting Paulie out of Brooklyn, New York. Boom. Moved to the States at age 10. Our tail of the tape for this welterweight matchup. 31-year-old North Carolina resident against the man fighting out of Brooklyn, 32-year-old Kylle McMillan. Slight reach advantage. Everything is pretty much virtually identical. Let's bring the fighters in.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next contest is scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds in the welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, please welcome to the Trigon, Kylle McMillan.
Brooklyn's Kylle McMillan makes his way over to the Trigon, as Goldie was saying. Goldie came to the U.S. at 10 years old. And you know what? When you come in and fight out of Brooklyn, it also brings an extra chip on your shoulder. I can tell you from my own personal experience. You know, when you fight out of New York and you fight out of Brooklyn, obviously I think this counts for probably any big city. When fighters come from a big city, they want to rep their area, they want to rep their hood. And McMillan, coming from Brooklyn, I can tell you that there's probably a lot of pride in his training and in his willingness to fight. A lot of times it translates into your demeanor inside the ring, or in this case inside the Trigon. McMillan, Brooklyn, New York, but of course a native of Trinidad and Tobago. Making his debut tonight here in the Trigon. A lot of debuts tonight in the Trigon. And some very successful debuts in the Trigon, mind you. So let's see if McMillan can continue that and continue that trend and, you know, have a successful Trigon debut himself.
And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, please welcome to the Trigon, Tylor Sigmon.
The switch hitting Tylor Sigmon brings his way over to the Trigon. He was a 2010 North Carolina State Wrestling Champion. 4-year high school wrestling record was 199-31. So this guy's got a solid wrestling background. Does Sigmon. You know, again, as I said, he's a switch hitter. He switches stances. Going to be interesting to see. Probably he's going to have a lot of advantage in that Ty Plum with that kind of wrestling background. We'll see if he knows how he is able to close that gap and close the distance. He has a pro MMA record of 0-1, an amateur MMA record of 6-2. Lost his one pro MMA fight to Brandon Moran.
Ladies and gentlemen, this welterweight bare-knuckle matchup is scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds. Our referee in charge when the bell rings, Bill Clancy. And this bout is brought to you by GC3. Let's meet the fighters. First, fighting out of the blue corner. He stands 5 feet, 10 inches tall. He weighed in at 147.7 pounds. He is making his bare knuckle debut, and he fights out of Kingston, New York, by way of Trinidad and Tobago. Introducing Kylle McMillan. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, he stands 5 feet, 10 inches tall. He weighed in at 147.8 pounds. He comes to us with an undefeated bare knuckle record of 1 victory versus no defeats. And he fights out of Greensboro, North Carolina, introducing Tylor Sigmon.
Right here, guys. Mouthpiece, sir.
Tylor Sigmon and Kylle McMillan.
Fight!
Here we go. Second fight inside the Trigon for Greensboro, North Carolina's Tylor Sigmon. He is in the black trunks. Tie trunks being sported by Kylle McMillan.
Oh, good combination by Sigmon. I tell you, for the wrestling background, he's got some nice
boxing fundamentals there. Keeps his weight on the back leg, which is shows some decent experience in training in boxing. Because one common mistake a lot of beginners make is they end up putting their weight on the front foot in boxing. Sigmon nice on his back leg, steps in very well, smoothly.
Good dirty boxing. He likes the clinch. He likes the dirty boxing. And he exploded into that combination.
Yeah, right off that feint.
Kickboxing background for Kyle McMillan, but he told us in our fighter meetings he's used his hands a lot. Right now, though, Sigmon overwhelming the newcomer.
Yeah, Sigmon has been very, very busy, but McMillan's been calm. I want to see if he's saving it up for something, if he's seeing something. Good uppercut there again by Sigmon.
Five-time amateur K1 champion in 3 weight classes. McMillan with a good counter that time.
Yeah, good solid counter uppercut there by McMillan. You can see he's got those eyes like he's looking to time something. Yeah. On the outside, focused eyes here. He's looking to time something. He's very, very relaxed. Sigmon a little bit more tight, but explodes a bit quicker. But we'll see if McMillan sort of falls into the timing aspect of things. You see he's... Oh, good shot there by Sigmon there.
Landed that left hand, and now inside working the clinch again.
Yeah, I'm praising the calmness of McMillan, but he's got to be careful not to sleepwalk through this either. Because Sigmon is very, very alert and awake.
McMillan opened up at the end of that clinch and then landed a left. Kyle McMillan moved to the States from Trinidad, Tobago at age 10.
McMillan looks unbothered by the work that Sigmon has done so far, so that's good. But the other thing is, though, you know, he's got no sense of urgency yet. So let's see if he does build up the sense of urgency.
He's looking for that check left hook over the top. Not landing it yet. Double jab, yep.
Good jab there by Sigmon. But one thing I do like McMillan's doing, he's putting that psychological pressure on Sigmon. He's not working at it. He is calm, and that can kind of start to bother you because he's calmly just presenting himself in your face, making you work. And Sigmon has worked, and he's won this round because of that. But it could start to wear on you, the mental pressure, if McMillan adds the physical pressure to it, of course.
Big swing and a miss at the bell.
Good, bro. See what happens, capitalize. Good, you got
the amazing thing is that Tylor Sigmon started training about 4 years ago. He said he always fought growing up, so it was a natural fit for him. But at 31 years old, he got a late start, but man, he's got some skills.
Yeah, absolutely. He had himself a good round here. As a very active round. Decent defending by McMillan, but some shots got through, and also Sigmon was the more enthusiastic of the two fighters. He was the one initiating more. You know, I like that was actually a good hook by Sigmon, which I thought kind of got McMillan's attention a little bit more. But I like the calm demeanor of McMillan as long as he can translate it into work eventually. Right.
Double jab again. Sigmon explodes, and there's a counter by McMillan. McMillan much more aggressive posture here at the start of round 2.
Yeah, he's got his bearings going now.
This is his bare knuckle debut. Sigmon switches to southpaw.
That could also be a reason for the slow start too.
Yep.
I'm trying to get calm in there.
Work out of it. Stop! Right?
That's how you break them up, right? Like Bill Clancy just did.
Yeah, you know, he builds in a few fights, refereed a few fights in his career.
Just a couple.
You get commands respect in there.
So Sigmon landed the better shots in round number 1. Good start, good even start to round number 2. Sigmon really working that clinch.
Stop! Stop, stop!
McMillan looking for that uppercut in the clinch. Oh, right hand lands nicely.
Good counter there by McMillan. Again, now that psychological pressure is starting to translate into physical pressure. You can see Sigmon is a bit stressed out.
Yeah.
Stop! Stop! Stop me! Stop! Stop me! Stop! Wait!
Tylor takes a look up at the clock. 1:10 remains here in round number 2. Mike Goldberg, the Magic Man, the former 2-time world champion, Paulie Malignaggi. Great to be here. Still to come, our co-main event. Jozette Cotton, Jamie Driver for the Police Gazette Diamond Belt. And then the inaugural lightweight title fight. Josh Oxendine and Mark Irwin.
No punch! Step! Step! Turn around! Fight!
40 seconds.
I can't get over the calmness of McMillan, but he's, you know, when he gets his hands moving, he does well, but I can't get over the no urgency there. It's like he's in an IBM meeting or something. Dude, you're in a fight. But he's also unbothered, because usually guys who don't react like this, who like are too calm, they usually let themselves get overwhelmed. It's because they're nervous. He's clearly not nervous, because he's not allowed himself to be overwhelmed, and he's fighting back when he's in there. You know, he's actually too calm. Right. He's not nervous at all. That's the problem. Sometimes the nerves are good. See, Sigmon, you can see, uses that nervous energy to his advantage. You know, he's.
But
this is a closer round.
Paulie, as you've taught me over the last few years, when you're in that defensive mindset, you're trying to look at every little feint and every shot that your opponent's coming at you with, that can be mentally as well as physically exhausting.
Yeah, it can. But I don't see McMillan being physically exhausted because he's mentally exhausted, because he's the one walking down Sigmon.
Which is my point. Yeah,
so he's trying to break Sigmon, but he's got to add the physical pressure to it so that he makes Sigmon work. And in spots he did, especially earlier in the round. Nice right hand there by McMillan, speaking of the pressure. But Sigmon returned the favor back. There was spots in that round where he was a little more active, and you could see the stress on Sigmon, because again, McMillan's constantly in his face, but now he's constantly working.
So 2 good rounds here in this welterweight fight.
If Sigmon gets a little active, he could be a handful in the sport, because he does not care.
No.
If McMillan gets a little more active, sorry.
Kickboxer, does a lot of boxing training. And of course, with Muay Thai and kickboxing, that clinch is a big factor as well. Round number 3, Tylor Sigmon fighting out of Greensboro, North Carolina in the black trunks. Kylle McMillan making his BYB debut, his bare knuckle debut in the tie shorts. And a right lands from McMillan. They're bringing it.
See, right here, I feel like McMillan has a bit of trouble creating here. You know, you'll see Sigmon use his jab at times, and it'll be an effective jab. Anytime, you know, McMillan is almost like confused at how to start creating. He knows how to fight once he's in there. A good shot there. See, he knows how to counter very well, actually. But it's like, in order to initiate something creative, it's almost like he's at a mental block. He's right here, and rarely does it create anything for him.
He wants to throw the leg kick, Paulie.
Yeah, that's the thing. It might be that.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. He can't kick, so he's kind of just wondering what he's going to do. But he's dangerous enough that he's got Sigmon's respect, because Sigmon is not just firing anything at him just because he's in front of him, because McMillan has shown some good counterpunching ability. Although a good jab there by Sigmon.
Stop.
Sigmon overwhelmed, as I mentioned, Cody Jenkins when we were here last year, December 9th of last year.
Oh, good jab there, but sometimes it's as simple as that from McMillan.
Yes.
Might as well use that jab.
McMillan wants to start being first, and that is a solid jab. You hear the corner of Kylle McMillan talking about Sigmon Starting to run out of gas a little bit.
But that's the thing. If you see a guy kind of edging over the cliff and then running out of gas, you've got to help him off the cliff.
Yeah.
You've got to add the physical pressure yourself so that you throw him off of it.
Give him a little push.
Yeah, exactly.
Good start for Sigmon. Close round 2. Good round 3 for McMillan. Good fight.
Yeah. Good tactical fight.
Fingers, watch those fingers.
To the body.
Yeah, good right hand to the body there. Like now Sigmon has turned southpaw.
Sigmon with the good counter.
Good shot to the head, right above us. Every round, McMillan's got a little better. Let's see how the hell's 4 or 5 go.
You're good. You're fine. It's fine.
It don't matter.
I couldn't tell. Still throwing those shots, still landing, right? You won that round. He's tired, he's thinking too much.
Look at me.
Right? You got this.
Okay? It doesn't matter if the hand's broken at this point.
You gotta write it off, right? You're in the moment. Right? You gotta finish strong. Want water? Water? More?
Double jab there by McMillan. You see, when he uses it, it is effective.
Absolutely.
Sometimes it could just be as simple as that, as I said during the round, you know?
Instead of just standing there.
You use that jab.
Throw something, right? Throw away shot.
That way you save the kicks for your kickboxing matches, you know?
Exactly, exactly.
Sigmon kind of hunched over in the corner. He's a little bit tired.
He's very tired. And Paulie, you've talked about it since we started this fight, the mental pressure and the just constant in-your-face attack, even when not swinging by McMillan, is starting to affect his opponent.
Yeah, because you know McMillan is dangerous, so you're almost like scared to react the wrong way because he does counter sharply. So you start to wonder, like, do I let him get too close? And now Sigmon trying to get back and active on the jab, and that would probably be his best bet. Get back active on his jab to try to push McMillan back a little bit. Although McMillan now also started to get on his jab last round and is starting to use it this round as well.
Second BYB battle for Tylor Sigmon. Debut for Kylle McMillan. Landed a nice hook.
But that's what I mean about no urgency. He lands a big hook there. He doesn't try to follow it up. He just kind of is way too casual about things. And that could cost him. You know, the fight's close.
Very close. McMillan does look to be the fresher fighter at this point. 2 minutes remain here in round 4. This one's scheduled for 5.
That same feint left hook is working for McMillan again. He feints that jab to the stomach, throws a hook to the head. Landed it twice this round. Some good swelling on the left eye of McMillan. Clearly, Sigmon's jabs have had some success.
Yeah, both men showing the effects of a bare knuckle brawl. And the swelling under the left eye of Kylle McMillan is growing right in front of us.
And another good jab by Sigmon just to add to it.
Fingers.
Good body shot there by McMillan.
McMillan aggressive, big right hand. He wobbled him, and again with the right. There's the urgency.
Wow, so how does Sigmon stand up to that?
I have no idea. McMillan is going to try to make sure he does it.
You see what I'm saying about McMillan? If you don't have urgency here, dude, I mean, there's nothing's going to give you urgency. I mean, you have your guy on the verge of a knockout, and he just casually walks to him and just gets back into a stance.
Sigmon still wobbled. He's on wobbly legs.
And Sigmon's trying to recover his legs, is he?
Yep.
You're going to give him a chance to clinch. He will clinch because he's hurt.
Looks like that punch landed in the left eye. Sigmon touching the eye. 30 seconds. McMillan with some big shots. Somehow Sigmon staying on his feet.
This guy's like an enigma because you can see he can be so effective, but he's like just his own worst enemy.
Oh, nice job done by Sigmon at the end of the round.
interesting round 5, man.
You got that right.
You almost see the sand running out of the hourglass for Sigmon, but McMillan doesn't want to take the rest of the sand out.
Exactly. He won't push him off the cliff, and he won't empty the sandbox.
And you gotta stay sharp, even when you're hunting, even when he's hurt. You can't let him have anything.
McMillan did say of his opponent, Tylor Sigmon, he is a monster. I'll tell you what, Sigmon, one tough dude.
Yeah, that was, he took a very, very clean right hand
Power you need. Short and sharp, hand right back. Keep that head moving and use your eyes.
McMillan disguises it very
See
well.
how he reacts?
Kind of loops it. He's got, as a matter of fact, a lot of times he misses it on his own.
Yeah.
He throws it too short.
Last round.
You know, he's see right there, a drop feint. You see he has that drop feint where he just looks like he's gonna go to your stomach, and then instead he brings it up over the top, he loops it. And he's used it a few times this fight, but it hadn't really quite landed the way he wanted it to. Sometimes it even comes up short because he throws it too short and he's from too far out, but there he landed it, just right, as a tiring Sigmon starts to get hit more. Let's see how round 5 goes.
5th and final round. Tie trunks for Kyle McMillan, and the black trunks for Greensboro, North Carolina's Tylor Sigmon.
Nothing. Let him out. Watch those fingers. Fight. Let's go.
The fight continues after the journey started lights.
Give me a break. Clean break. Step back. Fight.
You hear a very vocal corner calling for that left hook when he steps in. Southpaw again for Tylor Sigmon.
Good shot there by Sigmon. He's done a good job so far in this last round, has Sigmon, you know, of trying to just deaden the pace a little bit and land these little cheap shots on McMillan. McMillan has the kind of style where kind of sleepwalks through sometimes, and he'll let you kind of steal the round if you have a chance. Although that's the thing, if you get too reckless, the nice counter right hand there by McMillan.
But it could very well be 2-2 with 1 minute and 15 seconds left in the 5th and final round.
And not getting that knockdown in the last round, not having the urgency to go get the knockdown could cost as well in the scorecard, because that would have been an extra point.
It's a great point. 1 minute on the clock here. Welterweight battle between Sigmon and McMillan has been nothing short of entertaining. Sigmon recovered nicely from fatigue and some heavy punches.
Yeah, and also, you know, McMillan, if he comes up short in this fight, he's gonna have himself to blame.
Yeah.
You know, there was a lot of opportunities for him to really take more control of the fight. Two good fighters, but you saw the potential for McMillan to take more control of the fight. Instead, it's been hanging in the balance. Good shots landed by both.
15 seconds. It's going to end up in the hands of the judges.
Yeah, this one won't be easy to judge either.
Big shot at the bell.
Wow.
In the 5th and final round.
Was that enough to take the round for
I was just thinking the same thing.
Could be the exclamation point at the bell that might have won McMillan the fight here.
That last impression on the judges may be the last important one that gives McMillan the edge. We will find out. Sigmon came out at a very fast pace. McMillan had him hurt. Sigmon recovered. And the 5th round up for grabs, especially with that punch landed right at the end of the round.
They missed the right hands there, and then a big left hand. Oh, almost dropped Sigmon. Big overhand, like, oof. Big shot. And also, I'm curious if Sigmon's ability to stand on his feet during the couple of big shots that he got hit with that almost dropped him. Yeah, that may end up being a difference for him if he wins the fight, you know?
I mean, there literally was 1 second on the clock when he landed that. And if he goes down and you get the 8.
Yeah, and a couple of rounds before where he stayed up with the big shot he took, and then he survived the last minute.
Right.
Some of the help, of course, is to McMillan for having no urgency, but nonetheless, you know, again, these are things that come into play and be crucial on the scorecard.
Durability, definitely a word that can be used when you talk about Tylor Sigmon. Judges have rendered their decision here in this welterweight fight. Let's get it to Big Mo. Look at the swelling under the left eye of Kylle McMillan.
Yeah, big swelling, man.
Still to come, our co-main event, Jozette Cotton and Jamie Driver for the Police Gazette Diamond Belt. And then our main event of the evening is one that has been filled with bad blood already. Buckets full of bad blood between Mark the Shark Irwin and the Preacher Man, Joshua Oxendine. Here's Big Mo.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 full rounds, we go to the judges' scorecard for the official decision. Judges Stamey and Uriaga see the contest 48-47, while Judge Linderman sees it 49-46. Declaring your winner by unanimous decision, Kylle
Kylle McMillan by unanimous decision, victorious in his bare knuckle debut.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm now joined by our winner, Kylle McMillan. First off, Kylle, welcome to the Trigon. Welcome to Bare Knuckle. Don't worry, you still look all right. How you feeling?
Feel better than I look at now.
Now, obviously, lots of fight experience, but this is your first time being inside such a small surface. Did you enjoy being in the Trigon tonight? Can we see you again in the Trigon?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any fans you want to thank, any family you want to thank tonight?
I want to thank all the support I have here, my coach, everybody that's home watching. Thank you all. Thank you.
Well, congratulations on your victory. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for your winner, Kylle McMillan.
Another successful Trigon debut tonight, Goldie.
Yes, indeed. The newcomers are walking away with that beautiful medal and with their arm raised in victory. Here tonight, we are in Rock Hill, South Carolina. Next month, the Trigon travels back to the UK. Sunday, June 25th, we will feature the first ever Police Gazette International Cup. Two men with extensive glove boxing backgrounds fight for a Police Gazette Diamond Belt. As the Samurai, Tommy Turner represents BYB against the BKB Bantamweight and Featherweight champion, the Welsh Wrecking Machine, 9-0 Barry Jones, plus a rematch of our main event back in March in Dubai. Jerome Hatch and Marco Martignac are gonna run it back. Cannot wait. Sunday, June 25th, from the Indigo at the O2 in London, England. Unanimous decision victory for Kylle McMillan. As we work our way towards the main event, we have the heavyweights. And talk about Dubai, we first saw this man fight in Dubai. Our tale of the tape for a heavyweight matchup featuring Rashad Coulter. 1-0 inside the Trigon. That win was against Quentin Dominguez back a couple of months ago in Dubai. His opponent is the Iron Man, fighting out of Marion, Indiana, Jordan Mitchell. Coulter much older. The weight almost identical, 253 for Rashad, 254 for Jordan Mitchell. Heavyweights are set.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next contest is scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds in the heavyweight division. It's fighting blue corner. Please welcome Jordan Mitchell.
Guarantee you one thing, Paulie. Jordan Mitchell is grumpy right now. He's a huge Golden State Warriors fan. Oh. Huge Golden State Warriors fan. Was representing his Warriors in our fighter interviews again. I don't know who's more bummed out, my son Cole or Jordan Mitchell, but they're both disappointed. But congratulations to the Lakers who advance. Jordan Mitchell lost 30 pounds for this fight. He said, Rashad is a nice challenge. I feel this is a very even matchup. And Jordan talked about the cardio and endurance that he's tried to work on, the father of 6, who finished his first 2 opponents inside the Trigon in a total time of 1 minute and 18 seconds, then fought for the heavyweight championship, and he was finished in the 3rd round by Tony Lopez.
No shame in that. Lopez, a big veteran of all combat sports.
Yep. Jordan Iron Man Mitchell.
And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. Please welcome to the Trigon, Rashad Coulter.
Extensive combat background for that man, Rashad Coulter. Fought in the UFC, fought for Bellator, 5-1 as a professional boxer, 1-0 in bare knuckle competition. He said of his opponent, Jordan is not scared. He's got a lot of heart, but you don't have to be scared to get knocked out. He's really wild, aggressive, looks to overwhelm his opponents, and that's where Rashad feels he can take advantage of this matchup.
Yeah, Rashad knows how to stay calm in the storm, so to speak. Impressive debut in Dubai, and I'm glad he's back. You know, I was looking forward to seeing him again to see how he would match up stateside.
Yeah, yep, and very much understands, and he's a great example of what martial arts is about and what competition is about. Right now, though, 2 men inside the smallest surface in combat sports going to try to knock each other out. Here's Rashad Daywalker Coulter. There's his opponent, Jordan Iron Man Mitchell. Official introductions, once again, Big Mo.
Ladies and gentlemen, this heavyweight contest is scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds. Our referee in charge when the bell rings, Sean Woods. And this bout is brought to you by the Fight Doctors. Let's meet the fighters. First, fighting out of the blue corner wearing the black trunks with red trim, he stands 6 feet tall. He weighed at 254.2 pounds. He comes to us with a bare knuckle record of 2 victories versus 1 defeat. And he fights out of Marion, Indiana, introducing Jordan Iron Man Mitchell. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the brown trunks with black trim, he stands 6 feet feet tall. He weighed in 252.7 pounds. He comes to us with an undefeated bare knuckle record of 1 victory versus no defeats. And he fights out of Dallas, Texas, introducing Rashad
Both of these men are proven finishers. Heavyweight matchup. Here we go. Rashad Coulter. Got kind of the camouflage look going. Black trunks for Jordan Mitchell, coming out in the southpaw stance. Big swing.
Jordan snapped out there right away.
Ultra aggressive. I told you he's grumpy.
Yeah. Coulter staying calm in the storm here again. They must have told him. Maybe they must have lied to Mitchell and told him Coulter's a Laker fan.
That would definitely bring up the aggression level. Fast heavyweight though. Don't let the frame kid you. Jordan Mitchell is explosive, and now Rashad Coulter with a good answer, and down goes Mitchell. Says he's good.
You want to continue? Come here, come to me. You want to continue? Do you want to continue?
We continue. Coulter looking to finish it right here, right now.
And Mitchell sees overwhelmed already. Coulter's going to stop him.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do you want to continue?
Mitchell wants to continue.
Come to me. Take a step. Take a step. Come to me. Do you want to continue?
Rashad's going to look to finish it right now. Unlike what we saw with Kyle McMillan a moment ago, Rashad.
Yeah, he's showing it. Yep. And also, Mitchell looks like he's on his way out anyway.
It is all over, just like that. Rashad Coulter is 2-0 inside the Trigon.
Let's stop with the ref. It looked like Mitchell had the fight beaten out of him already.
Yes.
Even after the first knockdown, it didn't look like there was much fight left in Mitchell.
Coulter finished Quentin Dominguez at 122 of the first round back in Dubai. And again, he storms through another heavyweight opponent.
And that's the thing about Coulter. He can stay calm in that storm. You see Mitchell try to start fast and kind of rush him and see what kind of reaction he would get. But when Coulter was able to stay calm and stay in the fight and return fire, it was Mitchell who couldn't handle it.
A disappointed Jordan Mitchell. Rashad Coulter, once he poured it on, he got the whole gallon and a half.
Yeah, and you see Mitchell wasn't slipping punches in any way to try to return fire. Once he went full defensive, and why I call this full defensive in that you're just looking to get away from the punches. You're not looking to stay in position to fire back. So he totally already had the fight beaten out of him. It's almost as if he was testing Coulter to see if he could hang. And once he saw Coulter get hang and Coulter put it back on him, it was like he didn't want to fight him.
Yeah. So Coulter's 2-0. Big Mo will make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Sean Woods calls a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 57 seconds of round number 1, declaring your winner by TKO and still undefeated, Rashad Coulter.
2-0, 2 first-round finishes. A beautiful medal from Scott Burt.
That was nice.
Yep. And here's Mo.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rashad Coulter. Hey. You now have back-to-back wins. You now are undefeated. I feel like I know the answer to this question. Do you want to get back in here again soon?
First off, man, I want to say thank you to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, man. Listen, honestly, bro, I had no background in fighting whatsoever. I didn't have my first fight till I was 30 years old. So you know what I'm saying? So to me, I'm blessed and I'm thankful and I'm honored, man, that I can be fighting on this stage and get the opportunity to show my skills at the age of 41 years old. But you already know. You already know what's coming. I want in there ASAP, and there's only one more thing to do, and that's DJ Lindemann. I'm taking that belt from you, boy. So here we come. Let's go. Hey, New North Carolina, stand up, baby. Let's go.
We may have a heavyweight title on our hands, Rashad Coulter. You made some new fans tonight. You have had some fans that have watched you all over the world. You were in Dubai last time, Mr. Worldwide. Anything you want to say to your friends and family?
Man, I'm thankful for my wife. I'm thankful for my daddy. I'm thankful for all my sisters, my cousins. Man, where y'all at?
A lot of cousins here tonight. A lot of cousins.
Let's go. I got some more cousin info back here. Yeah, look. Hey, they came out for me, man. And that's what it's all about. It's about God and it's about family, because at the end of the day, that's all we got, man.
I'm at our third thing, Rashad. We're also going to have you competing for the heavyweight championship hopefully soon. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for your winner, Rashad
Coulter played football for 17 years, won a high school state championship at Plano East. A complete quadricep tear shattered his NFL dream, but man, he is still an explosive athlete. And the thing he talked about most in the fighter meetings, Paulie, his 18-year-old son, Javian, who's a linebacker, 17-year-old Jaden, who's a running back. You want to talk about proud papa? That is one proud papa.
Oh, absolutely. You know what? He got his football dreams denied with the injury, but he's got his sons. And kind of, he can live vicariously through his sons while at the same time going after his own dreams here in the Trigon.
And he wants a shot at the heavyweight belt. Our featured matchup up next, Ryan Jett, born and raised in Charlotte, North Carolina. Wants to run it up, make a lot of money, and finish the man Blackie Chan.
Cut his brain.
Trevor Ollison, he did. He did. Looks totally different.
Maybe they got in his face. I can relate to that problem.
Yep. Super middleweight matchup. Then there'll be some belts on the line. Our tail of the tape for what should be a spectacular fight. Ryan Jett, 31 years old. Trevor Ollison, 2 years his elder. He will have a 3.5-inch reach advantage. He is 2 inches taller. Jett and Ollison ready to battle in the Trigon.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout is a catchweight contest. Scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds and is brought to you by our friends at Buy Sell Clothing. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. Please welcome the Trigon, Trevor Ollison.
He doesn't have any fun at all in life. Last time he fought, he defeated Isaiah Quinones in front of the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah.
And Shaq, being a broadcaster like you and I, Paulie, before I could even talk about Trevor's nickname, he had already snuck a peek at my notes. Said, yeah, the man Blackie Chan.
And then Shaq gave us his nickname.
That's right, Shaquille Gorilla.
Yeah.
Shaquille Gorilla. Ollison considers this type of combat a chess match. And he likes to fight the toughest opponents as often as possible. And he's got a tough one in Ryan Jett as he wiggles his way into the Trigon.
Interesting character.
He is indeed.
And he snaps up.
And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, please welcome to the Trigon, Ryan Jett.
Ryan Jett. We spoke to him in the fighter meetings about the disqualification, the no contest, as it was against Angel Hernandez. And Ryan Jett said, hey, I take full responsibility. I made a mistake. He was in my face, I was in his face, and I got a little overwhelmed with my aggression, and he also did that.
Tempers flared, the ref wanted to fight.
Yeah,
Everybody almost fought that night.
Shaquilla Gorilla was gonna walk in, take over. Ryan Jett set to go. Mike Goldberg, the Magic Man, Paulie Malignaggi, and we are joined by the one, the only, one of our founders, one of our great leaders. Dada 5,000, so far so good tonight.
Hey, listen, it's amazing. You know, man, the energy in the building is great. You know, these guys are laying it all on the line and leaving it inside the mighty Trigon ring. What more could the fans ask for?
You got that right. I think a wise man once said we make the weekends.
Definitely.
You want to throw to Big Mo?
Hey, now we're going to Big Mo.
There you go.
Ladies and gentlemen, this catchweight contest is scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds. Our referee in charge when the bell rings, Wayne Spinola. And this bout is brought to you by Buy, Sell Clothing. Let's meet the fighters. First, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the black trunks. He stands 5 feet, 11 inches tall. He weighed at 167.9 pounds. He comes to us with an undefeated bare knuckle record of 2 victories versus no defeats. And he fights out of Malvern, Arkansas. Introducing the man, Blackie Chan, Trevor Ollison. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the black trunks. He stands 5 feet, 9 inches tall. He weighed in 166 pounds. He comes to us with a bare knuckle record of 1 win, 1 loss, 1 no contest. And he fights out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Introducing Ryan Jett.
Ryan Jett, Trevor Ollison. Contracted at 168 pounds.
This guy's a character.
He is indeed.
All right, gentlemen,
With
ready?
his haircut, he looks like he could be Wesley Snipes' brother.
He can look completely different without the braids, man.
Big time. Ryan Jett coming out swinging.
But Jett always starts out fast.
Stop, break clean, back up, back up, back up.
Jett's a quiet guy, Dada, but man, he likes to speak in the Trigon.
Definitely. You know, he really wants to get this W.
Black and purple trunks for Ryan Jett. Trevor Ollison, he's got the full black going. Not a bad job there, Paulie. Ollison moving backward, but still landing some strikes now. Trying to tee off, and Jett comes back flying.
Yeah, Jett's got to be careful not to smother his work. He's enthusiastic about getting on the getting in there and landing those shots, but sometimes he's rushing in too fast, and he's smothering some of that work.
Don't hold him.
Both guys are having trouble landing cleanly, but a little nip and tuck affair. Those good shots there by Jett now.
Stop, break clean. All right, I want you to watch your head, okay? Here we go. Fight. Let's go, Jett.
Dada Ryan Jett talked about that last fight, the controversy against Hernandez. You're a man who has battled your entire life. How do you stay composed? How do you stay disciplined when people are in your face like that, barking at you? It's not easy, right?
No, definitely it's not easy. You know, I had a nice little chat with him, and I said, listen, you are coming inside the ring to compete inside the mighty Trigon. Do not let your anger, do not let, you know, the part of you that's hard to control cost you the fight. And that's what he did.
So far, so good.
Stop, break clean, stop.
Not a better guy than Dada to get advice from, Paulie.
Nah, this guy's done it all.
You always love when the solid veterans and the champions of the game give you those words of advice, because it's from them that you learn and you take it to the next level.
Had an incredible professional debut there, Jett. Big shots out of Ollison. There he goes. He's saying he's done. He's done. He is all over, just like that.
Wow. Jett got the statement when he was looking for, that's for sure.
Yes, he did.
He took your advice and then some, right?
He definitely put the period on the end of that sentence.
Ollison was so discombobulated that he was telling the judge in front of us that he was done. He wasn't telling the ref. He thought he was talking to the ref. He was talking to the judge. He was underneath the rope talking to the judge, telling him he was done.
I was just starting to say what a debut he had in that crazy fight against Sam Liera. Back in March of last year, he wants a rematch with Sam Liera. Ryan Jett, Sam Liera, no disrespect, of course, to Trevor Ollison, Donna, but you wouldn't mind putting that together, would you?
No, definitely. Listen, if this guy keeps doing what he did tonight, you know what I'm saying, I don't see why he would not have a second shot at Sam.
Let's see the finish.
Said he was smothering himself. Let's see how he creates this space here. He managed to create that space. Oh, he's already cut here. Some good shots there, but he had already been cut. There's a shot right there. And two for good measure. Ollison's already on his way down.
Ryan Jett has tremendous talent. When he's asked what are your strengths, he said, these hands.
He showed that.
Yep.
He's definitely one of the ones. You know, he said what he was going to do, and he came inside of the night and he delivered.
A father, a proud father. Ah, that's awesome.
You know, I can't.
Yeah, he says his greatest influence is that man right there, that young man, his son, Don.
100%, you know, and I can safely say what's so awesome, aside from seeing that knockout right now, sitting with you great guys, you know what I'm saying, in the middle of two legends, you know.
Well, we're sitting on both sides of a legend, so the feeling is mutual, my friend.
Yes.
Oh, man down.
I think he thinks he's wrestling. A lot of these young kids watch wrestling. You know, they like off the ropes and jumping off of the ropes and stuff.
The best is a moment ago, Ryan Jett had a little envelope, I'm pretty sure, with a check in it, and he handed it to his son.
Promptly dropped.
I think we can all speak from experience. He's going to be doing that for a long time. Let's make this one official, Big Mo.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Wayne Spinola calls a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 9 seconds of round number 1. Declare your winner by TKO, Ryan Jett.
Ryan Jett with the big win. He will get set to visit with Big Mo.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm joined by, let's say, a slightly more composed Ryan Jett, but an equally dangerous Ryan Jett. You got the win tonight, Ryan. Congratulations. How do you feel?
I feel great. Real close to my hometown. You know, I had to hold it down. Yeah.
And we saw a little Jett run around with you. Who's that?
Ryan Jett. That's my son. Yeah.
I'm sure he's happy for Dad tonight. Now, Ryan, moving along in your career, you're back in the winner's circle tonight. Or should I say the winner's Trigon tonight. Can we expect you back in the Trigon again here soon?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Anybody? You already know how I get down.
And is there anyone particular you're looking to get back on? Are you trying to get a belt around your waist here soon? Come on, give me something here, Ryan.
Look, I ain't gonna keep, giving clout, you know what I'm saying? But you know who you are. I want that smoke. It's up with anybody. I want the belt. So, yeah, let's get it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Charlotte, stand up. One more time for your winner, Ryan Jett.
Statement win for Ryan Jett, that's for sure.
Absolutely, huge statement win. BYB 14 here in this building. He had a first-round finish of Nathan Mitchell after that fight of the night with Sam Liera. A moment which he'd like to roll back at BYB 15, but what Dada said is exactly what we saw from Ryan tonight. Use your talents and control your emotions, and you will leave happy.
Yeah, and that's exactly what he did. You know, he didn't get too frustrated with himself when he smothered himself. He stayed calm, and he was able to create that space on the inside when he did get there and land those debilitating shots that got Ollison out of there.
And you'll be able to check out all the highlights, all the knockouts, all the finishes, and Ryan Jett having a great moment with his son on all your social media outlets. BYB Extreme Fighting Series, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. Check it out. I said at the top of the show, diamonds and gold are up for grabs here tonight in Rock Hill, South Carolina, and we have made our way to our co-main event of the evening. The reigning BYB Women's Super Welterweight Champion, the #1 headbuster, Jozette Cotton. She will hold on to her Super Welterweight belt regardless of the outcome, but she is looking to defend the Police Gazette Diamond belt that she won back in October of last year with her win over Miranda Barber in London. That same night, Jamie Driver fought and earned a split decision victory. She broke her hand in that fight. She told us earlier, it's back, it's fine. Surgery with pins, she's ready to go. And that right there, that beautiful Police Gazette Diamond belt will go to the winner. Will Jozette take it home again, or will Jamie Driver earn the victory? Both women 2-0 in their BYB careers. Our tale of the tape for our co-main event of the evening. 35-year-old Jozette Cotton against 32-year-old Jamie Driver. The reach advantage for Jozette, height advantage for Jamie. The aggressive advantage may very well go to the #1 headbuster, Jozette Cotton. Jamie Driver may disagree with me.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for our co-main event of the evening, and it is for the Police Gazette Diamond Women's Super Welterweight Championship. Scheduled for 7 2-minute rounds, our referee in charge, Bill Clancy. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, please welcome to the Trigon, Jamie Driver.
The Red Queen, Jamie Driver. Born in New Jersey, fighting out of Boca Raton, Florida. You said in the open of the show, Paulie, her skill set will be the key to victory. That is to utilize all of it.
Yeah, she needs to use those faster hands and, you know, keep that fight at range. You know, she has a know-how in there when she's on, but she can't let Jozette Cotton get into a groove of getting too close and roughing her up, because I'm not quite sure. I'm not questioning Driver's toughness, but we already know Jozette's toughness, and if it gets into those trenches, Jozette will be right at home.
Jamie Driver, she said, I knew I needed to improve my speed, my movement. I've been watching my work. And she has been working on those things that you talked about that have impressed you, Paulie. Her combinations, that fast twitch and power. Started training MMA over a decade ago. Tonight she has a chance to win a title in her first title opportunity as a professional. She is the Red Queen, Jamie Driver.
And her opponent, fighting out of the red corner, the champion. Here is Jozette Cotton.
Jozette told me, and I quote, she is a God-fearing woman. A strong woman wears the look of confidence on her face, but a woman of strength wears grace. She said there isn't anything on earth that can deter you from who you are. She will never change. And she's always said if she faces a fighter with the same skill set and it comes down to who's meaner, who's hungrier, she's gonna walk away with the victory every single time.
And you know, she's proven that. She, like I said before, she likes those trenches. She's willing to go there and see if you can hang there.
She set up Jamie Driver. She's a game opponent. Her boxing is good. But Jozette said, I have a type of power that she has never felt before. This one scheduled for 7 rounds for the Police Gazette Diamond Belt. The challenger for that belt, Jamie Driver. The owner of that belt, Jozette Cotton. Official introductions of our co-main event from Bingbo.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is our co-main event of the evening, sanctioned by the South Carolina Athletic Commission. It is scheduled for 7 2-minute rounds, and it is for the Police Gazette Diamond World Women's Super Welterweight Championship, and it's brought to you by the Fight Doctors. Let's meet the fighters. First, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the gold trunks, she stands 5 feet 8 inches tall. She weighs 154.7 pounds. She comes to us with an undefeated bare-knuckle record of 2 victories versus no defeats. And she fights out of Boca Raton, Florida, introducing the Red Queen, Jamie Driver. And her opponent, the champion, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the black trunks, she stands 5 feet 6 inches tall. She weighs 154.3 pounds. She comes to us with a bare knuckle record, an undefeated bare knuckle record, a perfect undefeated bare knuckle record of 2 victories with no defeats, and she fights out of Omaha, Nebraska, introducing the reigning BYB Women's Welterweight Champion and the reigning defending Police Gazette Diamond Women's Super Welterweight Champion. She is the #1 head buster, Jozette Coulter.
All right, ladies, you received your instructions in the back. I expect a good, clean fight. Protect yourself at all times. You must obey my commands. Your trunks are fine. Your punches have to be above the line. You're high. I'll accept your punches right here at the top only. Okay? Touch them up. Good luck. God bless.
Jozette Cotton, Jamie Driver. Police Gazette Diamond Belt to the winner.
Everybody always likes a little good title fight, right, Goldie?
You got that right. And we got 2 of them. Still to come, Mark the Shark Irwin.
Let's go.
And the Preacher Man, Josh Oxendine. But here we go. Our co-main event of the evening. Black trunks for Jozette Cotton. Gold trunks and the gold top for Jamie Driver. Jozette switching her stance early on.
And she's trying to use that parry and step in with that same hand. Trying to settle into there. She's turning left, right-handed now.
Yeah.
A good little hook there by Driver.
Driver has good athleticism. Oh, good shot there. Jozette lands.
Cotton is cut. She got caught too, but like Cotton said, Driver hasn't seen power like when she feels her power. Well, as soon as Driver felt the power, she was down.
Yep. Cut under the right eye of Jozette Cotton. But knockdown's one love for the #1 head buster. She's trying to time that counter, Paulie.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm seeing things, bro, but Goldie, but there's an earring. Oh, good shot again. Jozette was not kidding about that power.
She was not. Driver has felt it twice, and I can safely say that Jamie Driver is the nail, and right now the hammer is Jozette Cotton.
Yeah, and then Driver now, you know, trying to be technical, but that's the thing now. You've been dropped twice every time she touches you, and you're going to start to be a little gun shy. Yeah, there is an earring. Jozette Cotton's wearing an earring in the left ear. Just one ear. Just one ear. I don't know how they let her get in the Trigon with an earring in her ear. It's dangerous.
Very much. Hey, fashion is 24/7, 365, right?
Hey, man, they used to make me take my earrings out when I used to fight.
Exactly.
See the replay. We got 2 knockdowns here to show you. See here. Cotton going underneath the punches and boom with a big overhand shot, followed by a jab, but it was really the overhand shot, the overhand right that did the trick. And then again, short overhand right there. Dropped Driver. Driver got knocked down with the same punch. He's going to have to be in the corner making some adjustments. And also, that's the thing, when you've been touched and you go down, but every time you've been touched by this opponent, is it now going to make you a little gun shy, or are you going to be a little leery? You know, Driver has to be able to shake that off and come back with some confidence, because her game is the technical aspect of it, and she was not able to have any success in the first round.
Her plan is an accumulation of damage, and Jozette is looking for that pitch right down the middle, and she's going to hit the home run and knock another opponent out. Round number 2, co-main event scheduled for 7 2-minute rounds. Jozette to the body. Driver looking to engage.
Put your fingers up top.
See, Driver waiting a little too long, because this is, if she's a technical fighter, this is where she's got to dominate right here at this range. But she seems like she's a little bit gun shy, again, having tasted the power of Jozette Cotton.
And Jozette always looks so composed and relaxed. She's got that confidence, not just in the power, but in her entire skill set. And there we go again, right on cue.
Every time she's landing the right hand,
yep,
is incredible. And Cotton confidently and just lackadaisically walks to the corner like, yeah, I knew that was going to happen. And now again, I mean, if Driver was gun shy from this mid-range before, now I don't know what she's going to wind up doing. Again, waiting too long. This is where you've got to take advantage of the time here if you're a Driver, but now she's completely gun shy. She's completely out of ideas.
And Jozette knows it. Number 1 headbuster having some fun now. Representing Omaha.
They're daring her with their hands down, daring her.
Ladies and gentlemen, everyone here tonight is invited to the official BYB after party at Old Town Kitchen. No need to drive. It's less than 20 yards from this venue. We will see you there.
This is a dominant performance by Cotton, I'll tell you. Driver has shown some good skills in her fights, but Cotton has just completely dismantled her so far. 2 more knockdowns here in round 2.
That's all I ask.
And again, every time it's a right hand, and every time she lands a right hand to the head, again, not only does Driver not see it, but she goes down every single time. You'd figure if it's the same shot you're having trouble with, you're going to make an adjustment. No adjustments on the part of Driver. Taking the same shot, and what's even worse news is every time she takes that shot, she goes down. Cotton wasn't kidding about her power.
Not at all.
And how Driver would react when she felt it.
Not at all. She said, this is a chance to show the world how committed I am to this fight life. Proud to be and represent Omaha, Nebraska. Coming out aggressively, Jamie Driver here in the third.
Driver trying to start fast, and I think that's the best bet. If you got the puncher, you put her on the back foot. Because if you allow Jozette to go on the front foot, she's going to put that power on her shots. But if you back her up, she may not have the same kind of power.
Jozette just missed with that right hand, Paulie.
Yep. She landed a couple this round. Finally, Driver took them and didn't go down. Let's see. It's up to Driver now to start to try to close the gap. I think she had the right idea to start the round, though. You back up Cotton. A lot of times, even in professional boxing, you back up the puncher, and there's not as much firepower on their shots. I think she should continue to try to keep backing up Cotton, because if you leave Cotton to be comfortable like this and set you up, she's going to continue to make you pay.
Switching that stance again, though, throwing that right hand. To the body.
And that was just a balance shot.
Yep.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
How about Bill Clancy? He is a bet, isn't he? All Jozette Cotton. Round number 3 of this fight for the Police Gazette Diamond Belt.
Nothing. Step back. Step back. Fight.
Jozette is she's just unfazed by everything.
Yeah, she does. She's at her pace. Driver's not making it uncomfortable for her in any way. She has stopped trying to back her up. So again, it's just Cotton is able to pick her shots the way she wants to.
Good job, ladies.
The good news is for Driver, she's only knocked down once now. The bad news is she was knocked down again.
Yep.
Now the deficit is probably insurmountable unless she gets a stoppage.
Thank you, sir.
Confidence. Let's see if she comes out aggressively again at the start of this round.
The thing about Cotton, she won't up the ante. She won't up the tempo. She'll just continue to just stalk you casually, make it look easy. And it kind of starts to make you feel uncomfortable because you just can't get her off you. But she's not in a rush to get you out of it. It's almost like she loves to make you suffer through the fight, you know?
Watch your feet, ladies.
She said, the things that I've experienced growing up in Omaha, you got to be tough. You got to be able to protect yourself. She says, I adjust to the dance partner in front of me. She hasn't had to adjust to much yet. She just found a home for that big right hand.
Watch your feet, watch your feet.
I'll give her even more credit if she finishes the fight with the earring in her ear. It doesn't come out, and she doesn't get her earlobe ripped. I'll give her more credit for that too.
That's a bonus, right?
Yeah. She's using that southpaw jab and he's working. Now she's out techniquing the technician.
Yes. It just looks so comfortable and relaxed.
Yeah, you actually, like I said, she almost feels like it almost looks like she enjoys torturing you in there.
She's good at it.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, nothing, step. Fight.
9-2 in her professional MMA career, Jozette Cotton. Unbeaten in bare knuckle competition.
Those fingers up top.
Many of her MMA wins, not surprisingly, by KO or TKO. Round number 4.
And Driver is out of it. She's not really setting traps. She almost has this confused look on her face. She doesn't know even how to set up traps for Cotton. I think she's just so overwhelmed thinking about the power of Cotton. She's in there trying to fight, but she doesn't have an idea because she's not in there. You can see she's not in there setting traps or setting up Cotton. I don't know. It's like she's throwing a couple little short shots, hoping that it might open up for a bigger shot. Right. Other than that, I mean, I think she's thinking too much about what the power is coming back to her.
His title fight continues. Huge lead with the multiple knockdowns by Jozette Cotton. Round number 5. Jozette, southpaw again. Black trunks, gold trunks for Jamie Driver. Watch for the big right hand. Big swing and a miss.
Yeah, she's looking for it.
Yep.
I mean, you know, Driver should be changing levels a little bit. You know, feinting. And it's just seeing the reaction she gets out of Jozette when she does this, but she's not doing any of that. I think she's so overwhelmed thinking about the power, and she's just thinking one-track minded, either throw or defend. There she tried to level change there a little bit.
We know one thing for certain. Lopsided scorecards. Jamie needs to engage. Looks like she might have caught Jozette in that combination a bit.
Yeah, and that's the thing. At this point, you know, you've got to get a bunch of points back. You got to have some sense of urgency to, if you want the win, to go get it. And that means you're going to have to go into the teeth of the lion, so to speak, because you're going to have to go to that power. But I also think that's not a bad idea, because if you, again, I think if you back up Jozette, you may make her uncomfortable, like she like Driver did for a couple of seconds at the beginning of a few rounds ago.
20 seconds on the clock here in round 5. Number 1 head buster literally stalking her opponent. Blood down the left side of the face of Jamie Driver. Oh, big right hand again.
Driver's taking him better this time. And now there's blood.
Yep.
Eventually those shots were going to draw the blood, right?
Eventually with the bare knuckle, yeah. Surprised that they haven't drawn more at this point.
It happened because you bring your hands down. You've got to keep your hands up somewhere, okay? You have to keep your hands up.
We made our way to the championship rounds.
And at this point, it's just got to be urgency on the. That's got to be in the corner of Driver. Yes, the instructions got to be there. Of course, they always need to be there. But now, the technical instructions. But now, I mean, it's just a matter of. You know, you've got to go get it. You've got to score some knockdowns at the very least. You got to get this fight. And if you're in the corner of Cotton, you know, what do? You tell her, you know, close the show, go get the knockout, or do you let her stay comfortable and, you know, see if she can continue to torture Driver?
Jozette will take either, I think. The torture is something that she definitely likes to place upon her opponents. Driver trying to get in tight, open up those hands a bit. And if you're a Jamie Driver fan, you want to see more of what we saw a moment ago.
Yeah, she needs to keep trying to engage. She does it in little spots, but there's no continuation off of it. And now Jozette having some fun with her. Does it play with your food?
Yep, exactly. Sixth round. His title fight scheduled for 7 2-minute rounds. Jozette may have slowed a bit as we get deeper into this fight.
And it's an opportunity for Driver to take advantage of that. If Driver would have at least been trying to push the pace and going to the storm, who knows? Maybe Cotton would have been even more tired right at this point. But she does seem to be fatiguing a little bit, and Cotton is trying to emphasize that by attacking her and pressing her a bit more. He's trying to engage with her.
15 seconds remain in round 6.
Oh, big shot there by Cotton again.
10 seconds.
Watch for the right. Boom.
One on the shoulder.
Yep.
Drew a reaction from Driver, but
2 minutes remain.
Last round. Try to put her away.
Put her out. Keep your hands up. Deep breath, deep breath.
All right, my dear, it's the final round. Touch him up. Good luck. God bless.
Right?
Sanders in the corner of Driver. You can have, he got 2 hands up, 2 fingers up in the corner of Driver. Telling him, that's it, you got 2 minutes left. We'll get this win. You gotta let it all hang out of line down. That's basically the only charge you need at this point.
Exactly.
You don't even have enough time to make it back technical. You've got to go get the knockout if you want to win this title.
Because right now that diamond belt is still around the waist of Jozette Cotton. But 2 minutes remain, 7th and final round.
Let her out. Let her out. Let her out. Nice and clean. Fight.
Driver trying to pick up the pace.
Smothering herself there.
Yep. But she's got to be effective in doing so.
I think it's the right idea that you can maybe fatigue Jozette Cotton for the first minute of this round. Engage her.
Jozette relaxed a little bit, took a punch, and now she's mad. Got her hands behind her back. It's a confident fighter. And when you carry the power that Jozette Cotton has, you can see why.
Driver's approach there in the round, at least, you know? She may not end up with a W, but it's nice to see character.
Yes.
In the fighter. Good shot to the body by.
You just would have liked to seen it a while ago, right?
Yeah, I would have liked to see it a while ago. I think she was hoping something else would open up for her, and then when it didn't, now she's forced to go into desperation mode. But I think she should have probably went into desperation mode a little bit sooner. And you start to wonder if Cotton has the conditioning to match Driver if they have this kind of fight, you know? Right. And that's where Driver can start to take rounds in that way. Fatiguing and Cotton. And also a puncher is much less dangerous when they are fatigued and tired. But now it's too late. Now you just gotta go get the stoppage, and I'm not sure Driver's gonna be able to do that, despite having showed character in this final round.
Yeah, you gotta give a lot of love and respect to Jamie Driver. Knocked down multiple times, but she's gonna go the distance. In our co-main event of the evening, Jozette Cotton, Jamie Driver, putting on a show.
Respect for both of these.
Big time.
7 rounds. Neither of them ever looked like, I mean, obviously Cotton wouldn't look like she was gonna give in, but Driver, despite the early deficit, never looked like she was actually gonna give in. She was confused, yes. She was kind of out of ideas for a while, but you know what? She ended up closing the fight by trying her heart out. Character on both of these women's parts.
And when she did get knocked down, Paulie, she got up quickly.
Yeah.
Showed that she was okay.
Yeah.
And continued the battle.
Almost like quitting wasn't even a choice. It,
Right.
It never crossed her mind. You could tell in her body language. But credit to Jozette Cotton. Yeah, I mean, she told us that, you know, when Driver was gonna feel her power, it was gonna change her mindset, and sure enough, it did. I mean, that kind of power was on Driver's mind for the duration of the fight. Finally, at the end, she just threw it all against the wall and said, "Forget it, let me just go for it." And I think if Driver would have tried that approach earlier, she may have had some success here, because backing up a puncher is always a key in taking away their power. Yeah. But also Cotton's conditioning, I'm not sure would have matched Driver's conditioning. But you know what? Driver never took it to that point. That's the only thing she may be left questioning herself. If she would have just started a little earlier to push the issue on Cotton, if she would have been able to wear her out.
Those power shots kind of put Jamie Driver in neutral.
That's the thing, right? But that's the thing, and that's why easier said than done. It's a great point, Goldie. All things I'm saying are easier said than done. Why? Because when you've been knocked down a handful of times, like Driver was by Cotton, that kind of power stays on your mind, and now you're not as apt to want to be that aggressive and go to that kind of power again, you know?
Not a tough one for the judges. Jozette Cotton going to move to 3-0 inside the Trigon and is going to defend her Police Gazette Diamond Belt for the first time.
Claudio! Claudio!
But a lot of love and respect for Jamie Driver, as we talked about. They go the 7-round distance. Big Mo will make it official.
Oh, come on. Yes, ma'am. Come on, baby. Yes, ma'am.
Rock Hill, another round of applause for these two championship combatants tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, after 7 full championship rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for the official decision. Judge Stamey sees the contest 69-59, while judges Udeaga and Linderman see it 70-58. Declaring your winner by unanimous decision, and still the Police Gazette Diamond Women's Super Welterweight Champion, the #1 headbuster, Jozette Cotton.
Yes, they want to interview you, and then we'll talk.
All right, I'm going to come to both fighters, but I'm going to come to the winner first, and still the champion, Jozette Cotton. I feel like I already know the answer to this question, but how does it feel to have that belt still around your shoulder here?
All glory to God. I told y'all, I am not giving this up until I get old and pass it down to whoever I believe that, you know, deserves it.
Now, Jozette, at this point, you are widely considered one of the best female bare knuckle fighters in the world. And you were talking all week about that power that you have, and you showed it tonight. Did you have a feeling that that power was going to be the differentiator?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And yes, sir.
And you have a good fan support all over the world, all over the country, here in Rock Hill as well. Anything that you have to say to your friends and family?
Hey, first and foremost, y'all, hey, without Jesus Christ, I would be nothing. I want to thank all my sponsors, everybody y'all see on my shorts. Y'all know I got that short term, so Studio 65, It's Not a Game, Foreign Apparel, Kagan Water, Kate Kirk's Painting, Caniglia Painting, The Biz, Pure Heart Soaps, all my teams at Omaha BJJ, Kirk Badani, rest in peace. You already know Punch Fitness, Apex, everybody. I love y'all and thank y'all for support. Omaha, Nebraska, and South Carolina, thank y'all for the support and thank y'all for showing up. Y'all are beautiful fans. I love y'all. Everybody in attendance, thank y'all. Without y'all, this show would be empty. So you guys are the ones that make it happen.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, and still your champion, the #1 headbuster, Jozette Cotton. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna come here to Jamie Driver. Let's get a camera over here. Let's get a camera over here. Ladies and gentlemen, Jamie Driver. Jamie, you went toe-to-toe for 7 championship rounds, came up short. You got dropped a couple times, but at no point did you ever seem really hurt at all. You got up quick, made it very easily for that 8 count. How do you feel right now?
I mean, I feel awesome. I can go a few more rounds. I made some, small technical mistakes that will be easily cleaned up in the gym.
Now, with cleaning up in the gym, I'm assuming you want to get back into this Trigon here soon?
Absolutely. I don't feel like anything's broken. Obviously, just heal my face a little bit, and the sooner I can get back here, the better.
I'm sure you've made some new fans going up against the champion, holding your own. You already have your own contingent of fans, and some new ones here tonight in Rock Hill. What does the Red Queen have to say to her support staff?
I mean, honestly, first and foremost, thank you, God, for giving me this opportunity, BYB, my family and friends for being here and supporting me, making new friends and new fans out here. Hey, it's awesome to come up here. I mean, you gotta go big or go home, you gotta try, and you'll never know if you'll fail or succeed. Today I failed, but that's okay because it's just another opportunity for me to learn and get better, and that's what I plan on doing.
Well, we're happy to see you back here in the Trigon again soon. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for the Red Queen, Jamie Driver.
Very classy in defeat, but no surprise if you know Jamie Driver like we do. And a huge congratulations to Jozette Cotton. The power Paulie, as we talked about, was the difference maker, and that is exactly what Jozette told us would be the difference maker in this title fight.
Absolutely, absolutely. And also credit to Driver for going the distance, because the way the fight started, you could not see it going very many rounds. Credit to Driver for getting it together, or going the distance, and even forcing Jozette to, hustle up a little bit later in the fight.
That big right hand, that was the hammer. And she nailed her over and over, especially early in the fight.
Yeah.
Jozette Cotton.
Looks like a good shot right at the bell by Driver. A good little short right hand.
She is the #1 head buster. She is victorious, defending her Police Gazette Diamond belt. Now it is time for the talk to be completed. The bad blood will boil over into the Trigon, our main event for the inaugural BYB Lightweight Championship. Joshua Oxendine and Mark the Shark Irwin.
I'm Mark the Shark Irwin. I'm an undefeated professional fighter training out of Huntington Beach, California, Fight City, USA. I'm going to be fighting in Rock Hill, South Carolina on May 13th at the Rock Hill Sports and Events Center against some hillbilly from, the countryside. My MMA coach is the former MMA flyweight champion of the world and former UFC superstar Ian Uncle Creepy McCall.
What's unique from Mark is the crazy factor. He's crazier than shit. Mark should end this very quickly.
When they told me I was going to be fighting for the world title, it really elevated my effort to a new level. I've had to sacrifice everything. There is no off time. It's 24/7. It's 365. It's everything you eat. It's how much you sleep. It's how much you train, with who, where, when, what.
Our art is violence. We will paint the canvas beneath our feet with their blood. It's what we do. We make it beautiful. And he's in the process of making his masterpiece.
My name is Joshua Oxendine. I'm a professional athlete. I'm from Pembroke, North Carolina. I'm a country boy at heart. I am fighting May 13th, Rock Hill, South Carolina, for BYB against Baby Shark. I served in the United States Marine Corps, and I was hurt while serving my country. I snapped my tibia fibula in complete half, and the doctors told me I'd never walk again the right way. I'd definitely never run again. And we continue to fight odds and beat odds, and May 13th, Baby Shark gets baptized.
So he's got the Marine Corps and a tribe behind him. Bill Clancy. Oh, good shot.
think most people are underestimating Josh. You know, everybody says, oh, I'm prepared to die when I go in there. I think you got to be prepared to kill when you go in there.
Fighting in the Trigon is different. There's no place to run. So all that 6 miles you're running, Mark, is not going to help you. I'm not your typical 135er. He doesn't have the same power as me.
He's not built like me. He's tough for 90 seconds, and he's going to melt under the heat of those lights and under the pressure that I put under him.
I think Josh has the best team. I think he has the best boxing coach. You have your family, your friends. That support means a lot. Training, as soon as he wakes up, he's trying to go to the sauna, cut weight, meal prep. He's very disciplined in his training, and it shows. That's why I know, like, he's going to dominate this fight.
I'm going to knock my opponent out in the first round of the fight, and I'm going to end his career in front of all of his friends and family. And they're going to go with him to the hospital after the fight's over.
My daughter can beat Mark, so don't get popcorn, y'all. Don't leave the table, or don't blink either, because come May 13th, I'm going to let him get close to Jesus.
Our tail of the tape for this, our main event of the evening. Joshua Oxendine, 29 years old. He will have a significant reach advantage over 34-year-old Mark the Shark Irwin. This title fight scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds. The bad blood is about to be battled and contested with inside the smallest surface in combat sports. Big Bo.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rock Hill, South Carolina, the wait is over. Are you ready for the main event? Scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds, it is for the BYB Lightweight Championship of the World. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, please welcome to the Trigon, Mark Irwin.
Irwin, the road warrior, getting the boos, Goldie.
You got that right. He's not going to have a lot of support here, but I think that motivates that man.
Yeah, he's a ham for the camera. Look at that.
I want to know where he got those glasses. I don't want to wear them, but I want to know where he got
his hairstyle.
Yep. He says he's going to take that strap home to Fight City.
And he's got a message for all the fans.
He says, you guys are #1.
That's a way to look at it.
There you go, right?
Optimism. Optimism.
I'm that glass half full guy. You know that, Pablo. He said, I am the Babe Ruth of bare knuckle. I predict a first-round knockout. Mark Irwin says this all just feels right. This is where I belong. He said, I've always felt like the biggest star. I appreciate the love and support, the promotional push. I am humbled and honored by the opportunity. He also humbly knows and has expressed that he deserves it and he has earned it. And I think it would be hard to say that that is not an accurate statement.
He's feeling it. He's in the zone.
He is indeed. Energy is energy, and he said, I always bring it.
And of course, you know, like I said at the top of the show, the psychology of these two fighters is very interesting. You know, Mark is a more in-your-face guy, charismatic, very showy, to say the least. As you can see, he's actually going backwards to yell at the crowd again. While Josh is sort of a more serious guy and goes about his business in a more serious demeanor. But both have shown very successful track records,
yeah,
regardless of the method with which they achieve them, which is pretty much in the opposite way, which is what makes this fight so intriguing.
Someone will leave with the belt that Dada has a hold of.
I guess the Trigon, so everybody sees the #1.
Yep, the #1. BYB Lightweight Championship fight, Mark the Shark Irwin.
And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner,
Joshua Oxendine. You heard from his wife, Priscilla, in the feature, previewing our main event of the evening. We go back to age 15, and here he is. From the reservation to the suburbs of Charlotte, a proud U.S. Marine who told us when we first met him, if not for the injury that he suffered in protecting our nation, he would still be a Marine. He wanted to be Captain America. Tonight, he wants to be crowned the first ever BYB lightweight champion.
You see that no smile on the part of Oxendine. You see the opposite of Irwin. Irwin is always smiling, almost with a smirk kind of smile, you know?
Yes.
Oxendine more serious, gets right down to business.
Oxendine has a lot of support here tonight. 2019 North Carolina Golden Gloves champion. Amongst the many in attendance, his mother, Ivy, watching her son fight live in attendance for the very first time. The mental warfare has been continuous. The battle is set to begin. With the official introduction, Big Mo.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your main event of the evening. Scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds in the lightweight division. It is for the vacant BYB Lightweight Championship of the World. Brought to you by GC3 and sanctioned by the South Carolina Athletic Commission. Our referee in charge when the bell rings, Sean Woods. So, Rock Hill, I need you all to get up out of your seats, raise your drinks high, and get low! Let's meet the fighters. First, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the leopard print trunks, he stands 5 feet 8 inches tall. He weighed in at 135 pounds. He comes to us with a perfect, undefeated record of 2 victories, no defeats. And he fights out of Surf City, USA, Huntington Beach, California. Introducing Mark the Shark Irwin. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. Wearing the black trunks with red trim, he stands 5 feet 10 inches tall. He weighed in at 135 pounds. He comes to us with a perfect, undefeated, bare knuckle record of 2 victories versus no defeats with 1 no contest. And he fights out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Introducing Joshua Preacher Man Oxendine.
Come here. Gentlemen, we went over the rules in the back. I expect a clean fight. I expect you to obey my commands. Touch gloves and go to your corners.
Well, I guess Mark thinks that Josh is number 1 as well.
Not surprised.
Not at all. Title on the line. Here we go. The leopard trunks for Mark the Shark Irwin. Black, red, and a little yellow for the preacher man, Joshua Oxendine.
Irwin trying to take control of that center Trigon.
Very wide stance, Paul.
Yep. Oxendine has circled him a few times already. They're trying to just measure each other up, trying to get that right distance.
one thing. Mark Irwin's going to sit down on his punches with that stance.
Yeah, he tried there. Yep, Oxendine clipped him. He's going to have to disguise that entrance a little bit. That wide stance can make him end up reach a little bit.
Josh has boxed for a long time. Golden Gloves champion. Said, I'll showcase my skills and I'll shut the shark down tonight.
Good jab there by Oxendine, but a little bit awkward between these two so far as getting the right distance. Even Oxendine, after he throws that jab, pulls back a little bit too much.
Midway point of round number 1. This fight's scheduled for 5. Double left hand thrown by Josh Oxendine. Smile on the face of Irwin.
Fonda's into it. Cheering Oxendine, I think.
Gotta love it. This is his building. One minute. Swing and a miss. Good movement by Oxendine thus far.
Yeah, even when he looks cornered, he's able to escape off those corners and get back at center Trigon. Irwin's done a good job of holding center Trigon, but he's not been able to actually close the gap to get any proper work done. And not that Oxendine's done a whole lot of work, but at least he's been able to do a little bit. Both guys are still in that awkward phase where they're not able to get each other's measurements yet, and nothing much is landing, let alone land cleanly.
Feeling out process, to say the least, in the first 3 minutes of this title fight.
They'll get there, man. I mean,
Yeah, they will.
7 rounds, 3 minutes. He doesn't have a lot of room in here.
Hey, pay attention to him. Forget about the fucking screen. Let's look at that. Been waiting. Been waiting a lot.
Oxendine.
Picture of focus.
Yep. His eyes up. He's feeling the energy of the crowd. He said, this is amazing. It feels good. As a kid, you dream of moments like this. Now I have to go in and get it. They touched gloves.
He didn't give him the number 1 this time.
No, he did not.
See, that's the thing about that kind of demeanor. You have to make sure you maintain it the whole way. Otherwise, you give away mental losses and mental wins. You see, like, if I'm Oxendine, I'm saying, okay, he didn't give me the number 1 this. Oh, big shot.
Said that's 1. The confidence is just growing for the preacher man as he swings again. Left hand connects.
Nice straight jab there. Irwin is having a hard time trying to getting close enough and just closing that gap. It's been his biggest problem, and now he's got a bigger problem because now he's been down and the deficit is even larger. Just getting that last 6 to 8 inches where you're able to really load up a good shot that will land. Irwin has not been able to really gain that distance.
Some work in the clinch.
Box out! Stop! Right! Come on, man.
Oxendine is just showcasing calmness and a skill set that he believes will be enough for him to capture this first ever lightweight belt.
can see the flailing. Gaining that last 6 inches for Irwin has been a real challenge, and he's sort of looking for ideas there where he finds himself flailing, trying to gain it. See, right there is where you got to drop some feints, some different level changes. You know, he's kind of giving the same look every time. And he can even feint with his legs or with his hands even, you know? But Oxendine sees it all.
He does indeed, Paulie. And, you know, this is a small surface, smallest surface in combat sports. But Josh isn't getting trapped anywhere, is he?
No, he's been using his legs very, very well. Look, both directions. Right there, he slips on the other side. Good maneuverability there. And again, all that it's going to be, even if there's no counters there, which there was a counter right there, but even if there's no counters, the frustration of Irwin continues. Because now Irwin, having been down, knows he needs to get to Oxendine.
Yes.
So the frustration grows.
You come in with a ton of bravado and you anger the hometown crowd. You got to deliver. And so far, the hometown kid has the big punch that's landed in this title fight.
Grab the shorts. He didn't want him to try. That's one way to get him to stay still. Good round for Josh Oxendine, and that got the crowd into it.
Big time.
The crowd was waiting for that shot. See that replay, see how that shot lands right there. Beautiful shot. Little touch left hand, little short one too. See, little feint with that. Actually, he didn't even really stick out the left hand all the way out. It's a 1-2, but it was almost like a staggered left hand. It didn't extend all the way. It was almost used as a blinder to decoy the right hand, and the right hand landed right on the button.
Worthy of note that here in the state of South Carolina, this title fight is regulated to 5 3-minute rounds. The women went 7 2-minute rounds. So time is not on the side of Mark Irwin after being knocked down by Oxendine. That said, there's still a lot of time left.
Yeah, but if there is time, but Mark has to get on it now.
Yep.
And again, he's got the same challenge in front of him, coming up just short. It's just that last 6 inches, he's not able to earn it.
More dirty boxing. Right hand just missed. Man, Oxendine looks so relaxed.
But you see it again. It's you mentioned the wide stance, Goldie, early on, and again, that wide stance is also going to prevent Irwin from stepping his way into range, and so he winds up continuing to reach. He's got to push off that back leg a little bit stronger and on his way in. Instead, he's planting that back leg and looking to reach with that right hand, and that's why he's coming up short every time. And also, he's using the same method every time. Right. So Oxendine sees it. Oxendine just keeps stepping back out casually out of range and then comes back into range. There it is again. Gonna have to see some adjustments on the part of Irwin if he wants to have success. As now Oxendine's starting to realize it's the same thing and looks to counter it.
Josh has the time and distance calculated perfectly thus far, just past the midway point of this title fight.
You see how Irwin keeps shooting down to the stomach, and Oxendine keeps trying to parry that shot. So you're getting Oxendine's hands to drop, trying to parry that shot. You should be feinting there to the stomach. You get Oxendine's hands to drop on the feint, so you're trying to looking for him to get you to parry that shot that you're feinting with, and then his hands are down. You can shoot to the head instead.
Yes.
But again, these are just ideas that should be crossing your mind. You know, Irwin should be picking up the pattern, saying, okay, every time I go to the stomach, Oxendine is stepping out, but he's also dropping his hand, parrying that shot. So let me feint it and then shoot to his head. Just an idea, but again, Oxendine is very comfortable right now because Irwin is not making the adjustment. And really, Oxendine doesn't need more knockdowns. If you can just do this, keep him missing, land the occasional jabs or right hand, doesn't have to land clean, and he wins the round. I don't know if Oxendine is doing enough to win this round, though. I'll be honest. He is, although that right hand will help him. Oh, the referee got in the way there. That was he actually twisted Oxendine's ankle, and he got in the way of Oxendine's escape route.
Yeah.
Can you continue? Okay. Ready?
Hopefully, Josh's ankle's fine. Looks like his movement continues to be okay. Mark Irwin's got some work to do.
That was a better round for Irwin just because Oxendine didn't do much. He only landed shots. Still, like, you still don't know what really to give it because Oxendine landed a right-handed two measures of person landed a shot. Irwin chased him the whole round, though. I don't know if he landed anything. That's the problem.
Well, like you said, he's staying with a pattern that his opponents figured out.
Right there, he kind of rolled the ankle a little bit. As Oxendine was looking to escape that way, and the referee got in the way. I'll tell you, that could be a hazard too. The Trigon's not that big.
Exactly.
It's another reason why you can't move a lot in the Trigon. Not just because it's small. You run into the referee too.
Could have been a lot worse the way he started to roll that ankle. Title fight continues. Josh Oxendine, the hometown kid, Pembroke, North Carolina. In the black, red, yellow trunks, Mark Irwin in the snow leopard trunks. One knockdown to love, advantage Oxendine. Left got him that time. Blood rolling down the left side of Irwin's face.
That's some of those jabs. As well, Oxendine started this round, landed a couple of good jabs, another one. And that's going to start to mess with that eye even more. Again, Irwin's still looking for answers.
Gentlemen. You need to engage. Box. It's a warning for temerity.
Oxendine's nose also bloody now.
To the body.
Well, Irwin's starting to get those right hands to the body landing pretty good. That's a good hook too. I tell you, man, if he would just cut the ring, I don't want to say cut the ring off, but cut the Trigon off, because Oxendine's been circling, in both directions. They're pretty much in the same direction most of the time. He does not cut it off, though, you know?
Let go, release.
Again, I want to cut the ring off, but you cut off the Trigon. It's the same concept. Actually, it's probably easier because there's less room here. But Irwin keeps allowing Oxendine to circle, and it's to his own demise because Oxendine can stay comfortable even on the outside, knowing he's never going to run out of room.
Stance not quite as wide here in this round. That's the shuffle of the feet you want to see from Mark Irwin. That's how he can close the distance, right, Paulie?
Exactly. Now he's not as wide, but he's still reaching.
Yeah.
And again, he still has to negotiate those last 6 inches, and it's not easy. Oxendine doesn't make it easy on you.
You can tell that both men put in the work, but the Josh is in incredible shape. Showcasing a high level of athleticism here in our main event of the evening. Less than 30 seconds left in the fourth. Quick snap of the jab late in the round.
I mean, this fight has been what you call smart boxing on the part of Oxendine. Good body shot there by Irwin. That might have got Oxendine's attention. He's holding now. That body shot hurt Oxendine.
Keep boxing.
3 minutes remain.
Everyone telling us they ain't built like him.
All right.
It is credit. He's continued to try to make the fight.
Yep.
That round becomes interesting because now the body shot that hurt
Oxendine, that was a clear big punch. And there's been Irwin coming forward a lot. He's missed a lot, but he's coming forward a lot.
Yes.
Surround Lobo missed most of the punches, and he was coming forward against me too. And
Absolutely
did. So
yeah.
you never know what they're judging here.
Mark Irwin, two-time, two-division back-to-back USA Boxing and California State champion.
The thing about Oxendine's defense is he's not really countering a lot. So he's making a lot of defensive moves, but they're not defensive moves attached with an offensive attack. So they're not a counterpunch. So it creates a lot of times the illusion in spots that he's just running. But then he'll come in and drop a shot here and there, So, but good body shot again by Irwin.
Fifth and final round. Irwin was telling us, literally telling us, he's not built like me.
And I think he's trying to say that because, he's the one trying to chase and make the fight the whole time. But it's not just a matter of will, it's a matter of skill, too. And the thing is, Irwin has to learn to cut off this ring. Look how he just freely allows Oxendine to circle. And Oxendine's not really working. You see, again, it's been Irwin trying to make the fight here at the beginning of this round. But if Irwin would just cut off the Trigon, it could cause serious problems on Oxendine. Because Oxendine is, you can kind of almost see that the stall is sort of falling apart. Look, he's not responding much.
No, and whatever happened a moment ago with what was a takedown, whatever you want to call it, that bothered Josh.
Yeah, and that's the thing. More and more little things bother you when you're fatigued and you're kind of low on energy.
Might as well. You push me, I'll push you, but who's going to land the big punch?
Just watch Josh. There's not a lot he's translating defense to offense. There's a natural attack. But you see just that push. I don't know if Josh has much legs left, man. That body shot hurt him last round, and that wasn't the hardest push right there. And Irwin's continuing to go to the body.
And let's not forget, Paulie, he rolled his ankle.
Yeah, that could also be it, too.
Yep.
You can't forget that, too. Josh is one player. Irwin is, even last round, has made it interesting. I'm telling you, man, this thing could come down to that knockdown, too.
Feels like the shark is attacking.
You can almost see the sand coming out of the hour.
Absolutely.
Not to use the same expression again, but really.
The shark is attacking. Can the preacher man swim rapidly enough to avoid?
The thing is, does Irwin realize the urgency here? He's got to just go for it. And if he goes for it, he may get it too, because Oxendine is literally just looking at the clock trying to run it out.
40 seconds remain.
Oh, big shot by Irwin. Is having himself a doozy of a fifth round. This would have really been interesting in another state if it would have been seventh.
I could not agree more.
I don't know why Irwin, see on that break, why Irwin is taking a huge step back. Irwin should be taking the minimum steps back, because he's got to be the one to want to chase Oxendine.
They go the distance.
Great to see the respect after the bad blood. This is what you want to see. Yeah, these two guys have a drink together at the after party.
Absolutely.
After they get cleaned up, I'm taking a picture of both of them.
I like it. I like it. They left it all in. Good Trigon. Good action. 5-round title fight.
I'm telling you, man, that knockdown could come into play here, man.
I'm already thinking that.
Early on, it was all Oxendine, but especially the last couple of rounds, it started to really get funny, especially in the fifth round.
Yeah.
The fifth round was all Irwin. But even the fourth round, I'm not sure Oxendine did enough. He didn't throw a lot of punches. It's almost like Oxendine got that knockdown and tried to sit on that extra lead, but it wasn't enough rounds. I'll tell you what, again, 7 rounds would have been really interesting. I don't know that Oxendine would have had a lot left if there was 7 rounds in this fight.
I agree.
Nice little blood stain you got there.
Yeah. I didn't bring my towel today.
Yeah. At these fights, you always got to prepare.
I think my dry cleaner knows whenever I'm there. He knows when I'm done BYB. Judges rendering their decision. Will it be Mark Irwin or will it be Josh Oxendine to leave with the belt? We await the decision of our main event. I mean, Paulie, I'm not a math major, but I know enough about math with what knockdown and a 10-8.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, that could play a crucial part in the decision. And also the fact that it's a 5-round title fight, not a 7-round title fight. You have to keep that in mind as well. It's going to make you say a what if.
Yeah. Nervous time for both men as they await the official decision. We're going to find out, Mark Irwin. We're going to find out. The official decision is in.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Big Mo.
After 5 full championship rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for the official decision. Judge Linderman sees the contest 46-46. While judges Udeaga and Stamey see the contest 47-45. Declaring your winner by majority decision and the new BYB lightweight champion, Mark the Shark Irwin!
Mark Irwin is the champion.
I'll tell you something else to keep in mind, Goldie. That right hand that Oxendine landed, he didn't throw a lot of punches after that. Sit on his laurels, or did he hurt his right hand?
Great point.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to come to both fighters. I'm going to come to the winner first, your new champion, Mark Irwin. Mark, first off, congratulations. I've called you the Babe Ruth, the bare knuckle before. You somewhat called your shot. You got the win. How does it feel to have that gold around your waist?
You know, I feel like the champion of the world. I've been saying that. Greatest feeling that there is. It was worth it. You know, I thought I was going to go out there and I was going to steamroll this guy. I honestly did. I underestimated him. Josh is a world-class fighter, and he earned my respect tonight. That was the fight of the night. That was the fight of the year. Everybody give it up for Josh. He's a fucking champion.
Now, Mark, we know that you want to stay as active as possible. We know that you like to fight. What can we expect from you next? Are we going to see a defense here soon?
For my next fight, the only fight that I'm interested in is fighting for the Police Gazette World Diamond Belt. I don't care who it is. You can line them up, but that's my next fight. And if we can't get that set up, you know, in a timely manner, I might have to put the gloves back on and get back in the boxing ring. I'll whoop Floyd Mayweather's old ass. If he wants this smoke, I'll fight him with gloves, without, in a square, a triangle, an octagon, don't matter to me. And if he don't want it because he's fighting YouTubers and bums, I might have to hit up Jake Paul and see if he's got any old UFC fighters I can knock out on his undercard.
Now, Mark, you have some friends and family. Anything you want to say to your fans?
Absolutely. First of all, I want to say thank you to the BYB Extreme Bare Knuckle. It's the best organization in bare knuckle boxing. Thank you to Mike, Greg, Dada, Mel, the production team. I want to say thank you to my team. Coach Bobby Chavez, Bobby's Boxing Club, Laguna Beach, California. Ian McCall, Uncle Creepy. I promised you I'd make you a world champion again, and I did. A1 Boxing, Huntington Beach, represent. Thank you to all my sponsors. Thank you to my dad, who's always been in my corner through life in this game of boxing. I love you with all my heart, Dad. I'm coming home a champion. Thank you to everybody in Rock Hill. I know I talked a lot of shit, but you know what? You guys are passionate fans, and I respect that. Thank you for coming out. I'll see you again next time. Thank you, everybody. I'm going to the steakhouse with the ring girls. Cheers.
Ladies and gentlemen, your new champion, Mark the Shark Irwin. Now, Rock Hill, stick around. Joshua Oxendine. First up.
Listen. That's bullcrap. I broke my hand in the third when I dropped him when he was dazed. He didn't beat me. I don't care what nobody said. He touched my body. They ain't doing nothing. Look at my face. Look at his face. You tell me who won that fight. Listen, it ain't about respect. Nah, you can't take 2 points from me. You can't take 2 points from me because I can't throw my right hand. That's bullcrap. But let me tell you something. It's okay, though. I'm going to come back. Next time, Mark won't make it a minute in.
A potential rematch. Rock Hill, make some noise for your own Josh, the Preacher Man, Oxendine.
Paulie, you just talked about it. He threw that right hand, and then we did not see him throw that right hand with the same aggression the rest of the fight, and indeed, he did big damage to him.
Yeah, and you know what? I personally experienced being in a bare knuckle fight and breaking my right hand. It really leaves you at without a lot of options. You got to make the fight very, very technical. Right. Listen, this was a close, contested fight. I still thought maybe the knockdown might have edged it for Josh, but you can see how you could have seen, like I was saying earlier, the sand falling out of the hourglass as Mark was pressing, landing, going to the body. He even hurt Josh with a body shot. And this is one of those fights where you kind of want to see it again. You're kind of curious because now there's a lot of storylines here. What would have happened if it would have been 7? What would have happened if Josh doesn't hurt his hand? It's a good fight. I mean, because listen to this. With Josh hurting his hand, if this goes 7, Mark probably stops him. You know what I mean? But then at the same time, if Josh doesn't hurt his hand, does he continue the early dominance that he was going with, or does Mark make the adjustment? There's a lot of question marks that make you kind of want to see it again.
I think that Floyd Mayweather can wait. I think that Jake Paul or a UFC fighter can wait.
Maybe we can catch up with Mark at the steakhouse at the ring call girls.
So he calls out Mayweather, calls out anybody else, and he's going on a steak dinner with the ring girls.
Well, we got to see if we're going to see this rematch, because I personally, with all these storylines, would love to see it again.
And I agree 100%.
Two good fighters, 2 fun fighters.
Yeah, and a fun fight, and what is our fight of the night. But we had some other great battles throughout this evening in a great venue, man. We will come back to Rock Hill, South Carolina very often because the crowd was into it. They had their hometown fighters. Some walk away with their arm raised like a Ryan Jett. Some with disappointment, but still they all put on a show. And that's what we really want, Paulie. At the end of the day, we want to put on a show. That's exactly what they did.
Oh, yeah, they sure did, man. We had some tough knockouts, tough fights. The BYB Extreme. We give you the full spectrum of excitement.
As Dada says, we make the weekends. Fight of the night is the one you just saw, the title fight between Mark Irwin and Josh Oxendine. Victorious in this fight by majority decision, Mark the Shark Irwin. They battled back and forth. There's the big right hand. The aggression was there, a rolled ankle. We kind of saw everything. Some things we didn't want to see. Mark was asking us at the end, who's the champ? And I was like, I'm not sure, because it's not our call. But indeed, he does earn the title, and I agree with you. Let's roll it back again. Yeah. Let's make it 7. Let's go again, because these two men, they really do have different skill sets, but they have the same intensity and drive.
And also, it's the kind of styles, when you blend them together, you get a good fight. You get a fun fight, and also the personalities, And lastly, it didn't just end here. You know, there's still some kind of bad blood. I still want to take a picture of both of them, but you know what?
all the recipe is there. All the ingredients are there to make a nice recipe for a rematch.
At the end, you had Mark Irwin playing the man with the white hat, and Josh put the black hat on for a second.
Yeah, he did. He was pissed off, so I can't blame him. Well, you know, maybe Mark will put on hold his planned fight with Floyd Mayweather and give Josh a rematch.
You got that right. All right, let's check out our knockout of the night, and we had a couple to choose from, a couple that were extremely exciting. Tonight's knockout of the night, though, belongs to that man, Harold McQueen. I mean, bam! Finishing Pablo Caballero in spectacular fashion. Harold McQueen, the owner of our knockout of the night here in Rock Hill, and he rocked him indeed. And you don't see that happen to Pablo Caballero.
Oh, no.
We've never seen it before. But you could see from the beginning that McQueen has a ton of talent.
Yeah. You could see the boxing background, the slick, smooth boxing of McQueen. The speed was starting to bother Caballero, but I was starting to wonder if Caballero could last, which he usually does, how he would make it more rough. And he actually had a knockdown against McQueen as well. Yeah. So you could start to see him possibly turning the tide. But then, man, that was all she wrote when McQueen landed that uppercut.
And that is our knockout of the night, and that is our night in Rock Hill. So why not next month? Why don't we go back across the pond, go to the UK, where we will have a battle between BYB and BKB. Sunday, June 25th. It is the first ever Police Gazette International Cup. The Samurai, Tommy Turner, represents BYB in a marquee matchup against the BKB bantamweight and featherweight champion, the Welsh Wrecking Machine, 9-0 Barry Jones, plus a rematch of the main event in Dubai as Jerome Hatch and Marvelous Marco Martignac fight once again, and once again they fight for the Cruiserweight Police Gazette Diamond Belt. We come back to you from the Trigon from London, England, Sunday, June 25th. What a night of fights we had. The Magic Man and I got to witness it all. From a great debut from Matt Almy to knockouts. Zion Tomlinson did a pretty good job. You saw McQueen there. We've got some new stars. We've got some new people to watch inside this Trigon. And at the end of the day, Maurice Morris was nasty, but Ryan Jett was nastier. And he had a blast with his son. Co-main event, Jozette Cotton continues to roll unbeaten and wearing those diamonds once again. Then our fight of the night was our main event of the evening for the lightweight championship. By majority decision, it goes to Huntington Beach's Mark the Shark Irwin. For my partner, the Magic Man, the two-time world champion, Paulie Malignaggi, Mike Goldberg, saying so long. Until next time, we see you inside the Trigon in London, England. Good night, everybody.